It's been a while. So before we begin, end of year surveys have changed the way that we're going to handle not a bunch of the rules, don't worry about that, but it's going to change the way we handle inspiration. You can still retain up to 3 inspiration. Inspiration will not go away on a long rest. And you have the option of affecting a dice roll with inspiration one of two ways. You can use it before the roll to give yourself advantage, or you can use it after the roll to re-roll the roll. But because it is a luck effect, you can only do one or the other. And you can't just keep spamming rerolls until you get what you want. So you get that one reroll, or give yourself advantage before the roll. You have to decide which is best for you in the situation. But this could be advantageous for rogues, barbarians, people that want to have that advantage before the roll. So something to consider. It's still going to be better to get honest, real advantage and then have the reroll handy, because then you'll be able to reroll the entire roll. Both dice take the better number. And it's 4 fucking d20s. If you fail off of 4 d20s, I don't know what to tell you. But that's how we're going to handle inspiration for the rest of the campaign. Also, I will endeavor to not change any more rules. And I've walked back a number of the Baldur's Gate rules. If we haven't used them or encountered them, then we're just not probably going to. So we're gonna just focus on the rules that we use in this game to play this game and keep going. You want to talk about My Hero Academia, fucking A5E. That's all you need right there.
Yeah.
Play your own.
Do I
Yeah.
do I still have 2 bonus actions?
You do still have 2 bonus actions because I do think that's pretty cool. I think that you have created a rather exploitative build using access to it, but I don't anticipate you surviving much longer.
I would like to point out,
Yeah.
I made this build before it was even an option. Before
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate even came out.
I know.
And,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that
capitalized on the option.
nothing really that happens in this game bothers me one way or the other, because I mean, there's no way to win Curse of Strahd, so like if you feel a little bit better about yourself before something horrible happens to you, then that's even better, because then you're on that emotional roller coaster.
Yay!
Yeah, so
Yeah, it'll be alright. I still got my axe.
yeah, this guy's got an axe on a rope, so why would I mean,
Balanced.
balance is
Everything
out
is
the
balanced.
window. Balance is out the window. He's got a fucking axe on a rope. With all of that established, I am willing to pay out a lucky point. That is to say, the ability to reroll any d20 roll, or to force an NPC to reroll a d20 roll. If you would give the recap of what happened, the last time we played. But before you give the recap, we do have our Factspiration question, so we can get back into character. All right. So the question is, here we go. Wow, I wouldn't really call that an ethical dilemma. That's just life right there.
Depends on your ethics.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Are we talking a novice and a nunnery, or are we talking Strahd, who just like debauch and slaughter?
No, it was accidental shoplifting. I'm not even gonna deign to ask that question.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right. Instead, I'm gonna ask this very tricky one. What is your character's ideal date? Not like a date on the calendar, but their ideal social with possible romantic undertones event. Like, what is their ideal date? All right. So, ruminate on that question, and then whoever won the roll here. It looks like we've got an 18 from Wayne and no one else. So, Wayne, for a lucky point, what happened last time?
It's a little hazy. I'm not 100% yet. So there was another elemental that came about because of a storm that we were fighting, and we managed to put it down. And then somebody pointed out that, if you drink a health potion and you don't throw away the vial, you can use that to scoop up water elemental guts and what have you. So we did that. And it was just still pissing down rain. Had a kind of a rough night. But Robin said that some werewolves came by looking for Esmeralda. That they've been sent by the Red Wolf to be on the lookout for her. Good news for them, she's dead. Bad news for us. But they took one look at us and said we were too monstrous to attack. That's a little worrisome. As we got closer to Valakai, we were ambushed by undead kids. That was gruesome. But we got some chickens out of the deal, so, silver lining and all that. We managed to sneak Isaac in with a really, I don't know how you best describe it, kind of like a cross between, I don't know, one of those really bad French faux mustaches and like Samuel L. Jackson's wig. It was a hot mess, but we made it work. It fooled Holtzen, so that was something. And then
The standard by which all gate guards are judged.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We managed to get lodgings at the inn. Danica was willing to put us up for coin since we had no more favors to trade on. And then Taylor, Robin, and Leo figured it'd be best to make an appearance at the Lady Wagner's estate, since probably she knows we're there. Not quite sure how that went. I was just too tired. And then they came back, and there was a lot of screaming downstairs. And then Leo was talking to somebody, but he didn't come back. I don't know what's going on. I'm just glad I have my dog. OOC, Taylor, made a beeline out of town, made it to the tower safely because 5e mechanics, and she is on the run from Rahadim.
All right.
And somewhere I have smoked glasses, so I can somewhat disguise the fact that I have, pools of black worms for eyes.
Oh, so sexy.
Welcome for those.
Yeah. All right. That is well done. Mark somewhere on your sheet that you have the coveted lucky points.
Isn't it a resource somewhere?
It might be, bro. Lucky points. I certainly don't have one.
Yeah, we have one in Odyssey, but I guess you just make one.
This is the first time we've ever had a lucky point in Curse of Strahd.
Yep.
So, man.
Luck
Okay.
doesn't belong in.
Yeah, I know, but it was such a long time since the last time we played. It felt worthwhile. All right, then. If anybody would like to answer for a bardic inspiration die that will last the whole session, a D8, tell me what your ideal date is. Now, 17 from Taylor. Oh man, a 20 from Wayne. He's starting the year hot dice. Oh man, it's Wayne Larson.
It's because none of my negative modifiers have come into play yet.
I see. Okay.
Can we apply exhaustion to our fans? I'm kidding.
That would be horrible.
You know what? I will bow out since everyone else seems to be a
Bro,
little.
you rolled the dice, you won.
No, you won a
It's
20.
all
Not a
okay.
20.
Yeah. You don't waste
No,
it,
Yeah,
bro.
don't waste a
Respect,
20.
respect the dice. All right.
All
What's your
right, well-
ideal date? What's your ideal date?
Going to a play, and then hopefully, coffee afterwards.
Okay. Going to play, coffee afterwards. Lovely. All right. Then you may ask the same question of any NPC you have met previously in the campaign.
That is a good question. What is Victor's ideal date?
Ooh. When sat down in the office chair by the camera crew, he is exasperated and blushes quite a bit. Explains that he does not have time for such things. He is a man of science and the arcane, and any deviation, any distraction from his life's work just is unacceptable.
But what if he did have time?
But if there was someone, as he says that, the camera notices Irene walk by in the background, and he kind of turns and looks, but then quickly looks back. He says, "I suppose we could take we could what is it people do on date? What would Wayne's answer? Play? Yes, play would be and coffee afterwards." And he gets up and walks away.
Is there even dating in Barovia?
I was like, he's like running through his head. He's like, walk along the lake. Nope, definitely a bad idea. Walk through the forest. Definitely a bad idea. Like,
Dinner.
Walk through
Somewhere
town.
very,
no,
very
definitely
safe.
a bad idea.
yeah.
Dinner hosted by your rich family.
He was gonna be like read books together, but he figured that wouldn't go over too well. So he's just like, I don't know. Well, then he thought about like dinner, because that's pretty much all his parents did to entertain people. But he didn't want to do that because his whole life is being forced to go to dinners with people he didn't like. So yeah, Wayne, yeah, play and coffee. That would be his answer too. Strong answer. All right. On that note, we settle in the city of Valakai, called Valaki by some who honor the raw translation and not the cool translation, or pronunciation. However, Taylor has left the party, and unbeknownst to you guys, has arrived safely at the tower. The rest of you, however, have to settle in for at least one night of rest, because it's just too risky to try to move Wayne Larson and, more importantly, Dunbar with their 45 stacks of 1 D&D exhaustion. So, yes, we just return to the inn and everybody settles in for the night. That sound right to everybody?
Hmm?
Okay.
I mean, that's the extent of what we can do.
All right. So, for no real reason at all, I will take you over to the map of the Water Inn. Second floor. All right, you guys heading to bed early? Are you staying up late? You downstairs drinking? Or what's the play over at the inn before I load up the map? I have you guys tucked in for bed because I thought you'd want to go to bed early to get your sleep and then go try to track down Taylor. But
I mean, that was before we had guests.
That's true.
I think Guia, once he got back from the market with Erwin, would try to strike him up and have a few beers with him.
Okay. All right.
It's not like he was going to sleep very well after hearing all those screaming, dying people.
Oh, fair. So I'll just put you guys in the downstairs of the establishment. All right. So Muriel is not in town? Question mark. Currently, she's like scouting, I believe.
We
Yes?
hadn't determined that one way or the other. She had not made an appearance
Okay.
last session.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I have her written here as scouting to the south, so that is what she will be doing. All right.
The reason you probably have that written there is because the last time we were in Balakai, we told her on the day right before Baba Lasagna re-empowers, we were going to ambush her. And she was gonna
Oh, and she's down there getting information
Yeah,
about that.
That's
Okay,
probably
okay.
why she's got.
All right. Taylor, I'll just make you invisible in this scene so that you can still pretend to play D&D tonight.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
All right.
don't feel like you got to rush to get me.
All right. I mean, Parple's right there, though. I'm just saying. Parple's right there.
Yeah, 3
Man.
attacks a turn. I wouldn't
Yeah.
take that from him.
Yeah.
Hey man,
All
take it so that he at least gets remembered.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll have to remember that.
All right.
That's sounds fair, not Anne.
Let's take you guys over to the scene. Okay.
But honestly, if you want to play Purple until we get to
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. There's not a lot of roleplay opportunities with Purple. I'm vibing, man.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
okay. Don't feel
I was
Purple.
about to say I was gonna give
Shit
you
on
I was gonna
that.
give you the Tropic Thunder pep talk if you were playing Purple, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I do want to hear that pep talk, but maybe we just do that another time.
I'm not allowed to say it on stream for Twitch guidelines, but yeah. Anyways, so you guys settle in. Everyone is kind of on edge from everything that has happened. The patrons of the establishment have kind of returned and are kind of eating, drinking, and just trying to find some measure of joy in the evening's activities. The Mardikovs are trying to just service their patrons as best they can. And Wayne, you are upstairs, and I will assume that Dunbar is with you, and then Irenia is there as well to tend to your injuries and dote over you. All right. So that leaves Robin, Victor, Parple, Anne, Leo downstairs just chatting. # just chatting. Okay. So, Leo, you said you wanted to speak with Erwin about something, or are you just kind of having general banter?
I mean, well, if he knows, we heard about, when the city was attacked, that there was this Iron Man that showed up. Like, any ideas, like who that guy was or where he went?
I mean, he looked left, he looked right, and he says, "Well, I would assume it was Richard. The crazy drunk who was independently wealthy, had the mysterious wagon that no one knew what was inside." He points to the booth where he was sitting that whole time. He says,
Okay, all right.
he disappeared right after the Civil War, as the people are calling it, though. It was a very short war, lasted only a few hours. I don't know where he is gone, unless there's something you want to tell me.
Oh, I haven't seen him. Well, you know me, I'd tell you if I knew.
Of course. Oh, I should ask, do you also have a certain afro wig-wearing fella with you in this area?
If Wayne's conscious enough upstairs, he would probably tell Isaac to sit tight.
Yeah,
Isaac's definitely going to be upstairs out of sight. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, as you guys are kind of hashing this out and eating your food, and the night is kind of growing late. Let me check the clock here. Alright, we'll accelerate the time a little bit. Alright. Sun sets and the hours grow later. People come and go, emptying tables, filling them, eating food, drink, low murmured gossip. There is not a lot of jovial laughter and conversation. Rictavio tries to keep spirits up with his music, but for the most part, you can feel that the town is struggling under the weight of the grief that it is experiencing, the changes that they are enduring, and the uncertainty that they are facing.
Tell me about it.
So, as you guys kind of finish up your food and drink, Parpel turns to you, Anne, and says, Taylor, they're on the way. Taylor, safe.
I don't know. She's fast, maybe. She's also really weak, so I don't know.
It is better to be strong or fast?
Both. Strong and fast.
Strong. Fast.
It's strong first, fast second.
He turns to you, Robin, and he says, Robin, better to be strong or fast?
Well, it depends. It's better to be fast if you're trying to keep away from someone, and you can stay ahead of them. Then you can stay away. And if you have to then fight that person, stronger is better. So, in this case, hopefully fast is best. But sometimes strong is better too. It just depends on the circumstances.
He looks over at Victor, and Victor waits patiently, and he asks the same question again. And Victor says, "You want to be fast, always. And if you can outmaneuver, outpace, and outthink your opponent, their strength." And he looks cautiously at Anne. Can be dealt with. Harple looks very thoughtful as he digests this information.
Hands up.
All right. More patrons continue to exit. Erwin comes back over to you guys' table, and he says, well, is there anything else that I can do for you?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
It's good. I'm sorry to turn you out after only one night, but it is best that you leave in the morning. Hope you understand.
I'm sorry if we've put you into any kind of imposition. That's certainly not what we intended.
Oh, shit.
As you say that, you can hear the mournful cries, the frantic screams of the dying and the long dead. You can see Erwin's body movements, very bird-like. His head kind of darts to the side. His eyes focus on the doorway. The remaining two patrons over by the bar scoot out of their chairs and kind of move towards the bar. Danica sees Brahm rushing from the back room and pushes him back through the door along with his little brother, and then stands in front of the door defensively. And you guys see entering the establishment is Rahadim. He looks around the room, looks at all of you, and then looks back at the Mardikovs. He seems oblivious to the screams that surround him, as always. He stands with his back to the door, which is open to the night, and he says,
I have been unable to find my quarry. But I understand that they are associated with these.
Erwin and Danica. This matter need not concern you. And you see Erwin look back at his wife, and she has a desperate look in her eyes, like, please, don't try to be a hero. But then Erwin, he puffs up his chest, and he says, these are guests in my home, and of my business, and they are friends of my family. If you have quarrel with them, I will humbly request that you keep it civil. And he just has sort of a grim smile as he looks over at Erwin. And he says, we shall see.
We can keep it civil now.
I would speak with Robin Keller. She is the only one of your number with any sense.
Robin will step forward.
Miss Keller, I regret to inform you that you have been traveling. I, long ago, was tasked with her acquisition. And I intend to finish the deed that was set before me. I know that she has fled the city. And I have an idea of where she has gone. But so close to my quarry, I do not want to take any missteps. I request, on behalf of Castle Ravenloft, that you and your allies tell me, where has she gone?
Robin, are you muted?
No, Robin's kind of looking him up and down for a minute. And she is looking at her character sheet to see if she has to see what she has. Because I think I do have at least one inspiration. Okay.
As an elf, he's long lived and patient and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. and as you're sort of putting your thoughts together, he says,
This is why I chose to speak with you. You're level-headed. The others would have vomited forth a river of lies and drivel. But you are calculating. You are thinking about the consequences of your actions. And as he says that, he looks over at Danica like a cat
looking at a frightened mouse. It is within my power to enforce the laws of the land. It is well known now that Mardukov and his family have been giving sanctuary to an outlaw.
Crash, out of character for 1 second, just because it's been weeks.
Yeah.
From our murder board, what, and from our interactions with this guy, how much authority does he really have? If I'm remembering, I know Strahd really trusts him and stuff, but does he speak for Strahd from our understanding? Is he just a lieutenant? Like, where does he fit within the structure of everything?
Strahd had a left hand and a right hand. Vasily and Rahadim.
And he just killed Vasily.
Right. Rahadim is essentially his right hand, the enforcer of his will, and a servant of his family since Strahd was young. In many ways, he is like a member of Strahd's family.
Mm-hmm. And
if Strahd had a friend,
it would be this guy.
It would be this guy. Yep.
And if I'm recalling our conversations, we have kind of consistently said, like, if we do anything to him, it is going to kind of be crossing the Rubicon, and like that is going to force us down a path.
Is it also like he's Alfred?
Yes.
Yeah. This is like Batman's Alfred. So however you think Batman would feel about someone doing something bad to Alfred would be a good indication of where things would be.
Robin's going to look over at the group, and she's going to look back at Rahadim, and she's going to say, I know that you have your own set of priorities and long-standing missions that you must accomplish, but I think you must understand that we also have our own sets of goals and priorities that we have been set, some by your master as well. And your master has been in the presence of this person that you speak of, and has made no indication to us specifically that there is any need for violence against them. And so your quest of vengeance is not our quest. And as of now, they are an integral part of the tasks that we have been set. And it would do damage to the very things that we are required to do to hand them over to you. And so I think you can see that no matter how we come at this, we are somewhat at an impasse here.
I hear your words, Miss Keller. But as you grow into your role of leadership, and as you walk a path of blood, and learn the warrior's ways, you must understand that nothing lasts forever. Companions fall along the wayside.
If nothing lasts forever, then perhaps your blood feud that you seek to continue, maybe that doesn't need to last forever either. Maybe you should just walk away.
You may make a, what do we call it, persuasion check. The DC is going to be quite high. At a 25, he will leave, satisfied for now, and will contemplate whether or not that is true. With a 20 or higher, he will leave here, but he will not leave here empty-handed. But if you do not hit a 20, he will not be swayed by your words at all.
I have a DM inspiration in my backpack that I feel like I should use here. So, I'm gonna.
We also got an extra fan spell that I need to add. So we're at 4.
Okay, so do you just want to roll with advantage then, or do you want to roll and then re-roll? I mean, it's kind of amounts to the same thing in this instance, but...
Well,
Well, rolling with advantage would probably be better. If you only could do one, rolling advantage is probably better in this case because you're always going to pick the better of the 2 rolls instead of having to pick the second one.
Wise words, Dom. Dang.
It's like a sage. Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He might be the wisest person in all of Florida.
So we're saying to use
quite a bell curve.
So that would be using the fan spoke, right? We would use that.
No, if you have your own inspiration, you can use it, or we can use fan spokes. It's up to you.
Okay. I'll just use my inspiration. We'll
right.
Go ahead and take that off my sheet.
Right.
And then, all right, this is a persuasion check.
Yep. DC 20, ideally 25.
All right, let's go +4 persuasion.
Okay. Oof. All right. 17. Fine. It does not hit the 20. So he listens to your words somewhat impassively, and...
I mean, it's pretty close.
It's pretty close. We're about to long rest.
Looking to see if I have anything.
You can succeed.
They're trying to see if you'll succeed at a cost out of combat, which could be quite brutal.
Could be really bad, but
yeah,
could be bad. It could be bad either way.
You won't die from it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have any levels of exhaustion or anything, right? Like, why not?
Not directly.
All right, so you're gonna succeed at cost.
Why not?
All right, you push your will and lose 2 hit dice. For each hit dice that you're not able to lose, you gain a point of exhaustion.
not too bad.
How many hit dice do I have?
0.
I have 0.
0?
Right.
So you get 2 points of exhaustion.
I get 2 points of exhaustion.
All right, so only 1 because you still somehow miraculously had your well rested from.
I still had my yeah.
That's incredible. All right. So Rahadim narrows his eyes and he says, "Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I can be patient. Let this girl serve a greater purpose before adding her to the choir." And he has a very sick sort of smile on his face, as if he, for a moment, is acknowledging maybe he can hear those screams after all. And he says, "But my bloodlust must be sated. Since you are all so important, I will have to take into custody one of them. And he looks over at Erwin and Danica. An example must be set for those who would aid and hide and shelter those who have been sentenced by Strahd von Zarovich to death. Erwin knocks over a chair and he says, "You do no such thing!"
And then Rahadim looks at him and says, I see. Mr. Martikov, are you going to come along quietly then? Danica rushes up to her husband and pulls at him and says,
Erwin, no! Please! Don't go with him! I'll never see you again, please! Don't leave me!
And then Erwin says, No, we didn't know! We
Wayne
did
will
not...
open the door at this point, kind of bang it open to draw attention.
Okay, Irene will shout at you.
Wayne, get back in bed!
Wait! Don't take them. You need someone to be made an example.
He looks up at you with
what
a
are we
sneer.
About?
He says, Wayne Larson. And it's like saying Wayne's name, first and last name, tastes like a donkey's asshole. Like when he says it. Like he just has a look of disgust when he says Wayne Larson. He says, yes.
I will need to make an example for this community.
And then, perhaps, if they survive, they will be brought back to Castle Ravenloft to spend some time in the dungeon.
What are we talking about? Being put on display in the stocks of the town? I'll do it.
He says, oh, it will be far worse than that. The door bangs open to the back room, and Bram Martikov steps out, his little brother hiding in the shadows behind him. Bram Martikov says, if you need to take someone, you take me! I was the one that let these people stay here. My parents, they don't actually run the scene. They work for me. Rahadin's eyebrow cocks in amusement, sort of like this picture. And then Danica rushes over and starts shoving Brom back behind the door as Brom tries to muscle his way past her. She uses Mother's Strength to deny him a D20 check to force his way past her.
Robin's gonna pull out her silvered great axe and hold it out and just say, "You're not taking anyone."
Whoa, Robin.
Is this the decision that you have decided to make, Miss Killer? On behalf of SWAT and all of your allies?
No, because I'll go with him willingly.
When you say that, Dunbar rushes up to you and bjorks at you not to go. Don't go anywhere. You start reading the subtitles and your heart breaks as he just begs you not to leave.
Yeah. Robin's going to look over at Parple, and she's just going to say, "Sometimes strong is best." And
stands up.
All right. When you look over at Parple looks really sad, and he says, "Parple will go," and he starts walking towards Rahadin because he didn't totally understand what you were saying. Like he understands you need to be strong, so he'll take a public beating. Is that what you meant?
No, Robin's going to.
I know that's not what you meant, but I'm deeply in character right now for Purple, so he starts pushing past you.
No, Robin's gonna like grab him by the shoulder, and she's just gonna say, "What is his normal weapon? What does he normally use?"
He's a club.
She's gonna say, "No, Purple, the club."
Purple looks over, and Rahadim says, "You would defy me, the right hand of Strahd von Zarovich, as I attempt to enact his will and justice upon this realm. You, outsiders, who up until now have had the benefit of his kindness."
The way it seems to me is you're enacting your will.
I see. Well, at this point, you may attempt an intimidation roll, but the DC is a 25. If you succeed, Rahadim will back down. If not, it's going to stick it out.
I feel like I should use that inspiration.
I will give you advantage because Anne was quick to
stand up.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use the inspiration to reroll if you want.
Okay. All right. Let's roll it here and see. All right. Let's roll and see. Intimidation. I don't get any pluses to this. This is just a straight.
Oh my God! How are you gonna? You're not gonna be able to get a 25 then, are you?
I can't get a 25. Yeah.
Oh my God! But you rolled a 19. Ooh. He's just not gonna be scared of you guys. Is the thing. Like he has the protection of Castle Ravenloft and Strahd von Zarovich on his side. Like he can't believe that you would have the audacity to even fight him.
I know. I'm shocked too.
In fact, he will keep a wary eye on Robin and on Anne and Purple. But he will say, "If you're good on your word, Wayne Larson, come with me, and we will call the matter settled. Unless you're unable to act of your own free will."
No, I meant what I said. Leave the Mardikovs out of this.
Danica looks up at you and says, No one should have to go." And then she turns to Anne and she says, "You." And then Erwin turns on her and he says, "If he is defied in this house, all will die. There will be." And Rahadim says, "Consequences. Yes. As all who willingly call themselves citizens of this realm know. Up until now, you have lived good, upstanding lives. You have made a mistake, and your ally is willing to pay the price for you. I should say, Martikov, what a very fortunate turn of events for you."
Wayne is going to start. He's going to take off his guns, take off his weapons and pass them to Arinia. Anything of value, he's just going to take off of his person. That way the party has it. And he's going to kneel down and he's going to hug Dunbar and he's going to say, "I'm real sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to bring you into this. And I know this is going to be hard, but I don't know if I would have made it much longer anyway. And the Mardikovs are good people. You know that. I love you, and I hope I'm going to see you again real soon. Go to Rena, and she's going to look after you, and everybody else is. Now go. And he's going to push Dunbar over to Rena.
He listens to what you say, but all the while, the screams, the shouts, the cries, you can tell it's like New Year's Eve fireworks. His ears are crinkled up, his eyes keep squinting in pain, and you can tell in that moment, Wayne, that he has made a connection here. He tries to run past you down the stairs.
I will try and grab him out of reflex. That's not going to work at all.
Will can stop him.
It's alright. He's also super exhausted.
Alright. You got a 12.
Oh, shit!
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be the thing that kills Wayne.
We're not in combat, so there's no complication. But yeah, as you go to grab for him, he just is so much faster than you with all of your exhaustion and everything else. He starts running down the stairs. You guys hear a growl, and this isn't the playful growl of that monster looks like a stick or that's a tasty, dead thing. This is the growl of like, I won't let you take him from me. As he starts bounding down the stairs and tries to weave between your legs to get at Rahadim.
And we'll grab him.
Alright, and give me athletics as he rushes by. Alright, yeah, you snatch him up easily. Not even by the scruff, just encapsulated in your hand, basically. And he is flailing back and forth, howling with just a beagle howl over and over and over again.
Anne's gonna put her other hand. So she's holding Dunbar in the invisible hand. She's gonna use her other hand and put her hand on the axe, and then look at Robin.
Robin just has this look of disgust on her face. She's not she's not doing anything, but she doesn't want to deal with this guy. She tried the one thing, it didn't work, and she would kill him if she could.
Why are we doing that then?
Before Wayne goes down the steps, he'll turn to Arinya and he'll tell her that if anybody does manage to make it home, if I don't make it back,
Wayne, you won't survive. Whatever he's going to do to you, lashes, whipping you, dragging you through the streets, it will kill you. There is no saving you from the dungeons. There's no seeing you later. This is going to be it. Wait.
I can't stand by and let one of the Mardikovs suffer.
Take me!
No.
She shouts down at him. And when
you
he looks up
need
at her,
to make sure that Dunbar gets back with one of the others. Promise me.
Promise you, Wayne. I'm not going to let you kill yourself. You had a bad time in the castle, sure. You've got wormy eyes and everything else, but no. I am the only one here that is not with the blood of heroes or whatever. I am not prophesized by cards or anything else like that.
I don't know, but you or the Mardikovs don't deserve this. Nobody deserves this, but something has to give.
Leo, Robin, and Anne, can you guys give me insight checks?
All right.
Oh shit, Leo, you saw when she said take me instead, that Rahadim was like, fuck. Like, he can't take her.
Punish her.
Like, she is off limits. That's what you got from that with your nat 20 insight. Like,
all right. Well, I guess Leo with his big mouth. Wayne, if she wants to go, you can't stop a woman.
Yeah, that's right. You can't stop a woman. Thank you, Leo. Here, I'm ready. But if you
Don't
are
go.
going to spank me or whatever, please keep my pants on. I have a pimple on my butt. I don't want anyone to see it.
and he looks so uncomfortable now. And Robin, you also, with your 18, kind of pick up on this, like, further, like, what am I supposed to fucking do now vibe.
Oh. Yeah. Is Arena not a good prisoner for you? Are you that picky about who you take?
It's the Dark Lord's will, right? The Punisher.
You said, yeah. You said someone from our party or from this establishment. Irena's part of our party.
Yes.
She's been traveling with this person you seek. Is she not to be punished as well? Surely the Dark Lord's justice must be meted out, as you say.
Damn, Robin, that's a little over the top, ain't it?
She's gonna step right into his face. She's gonna get like right up on him. She's gonna say, or is it just that you just want your vengeance on some people, but there's other people who are above it or below it?
No one is above justice. Miss Kolyana, you are under arrest for aiding and abetting a fugitive from justice. Come with me. Now. And he starts walking out the door. Irina looks at you, Robin, and she says, I'll be alright.
Robin's gonna look over at Anne, and she's gonna give a shrug to kind of see what Anne is thinking.
She's gonna, if you give a shrug, Anne's gonna put down Parpo and put her hand on her axe and start walking towards you.
Robin's gonna put a hand on Arena's shoulder, and like stop her in her tracks.
Okay.
And just kind of whisper to her, "You're not going with him. Nobody is." And like as he exits the door,
yeah.
Robin's going to follow him outside.
Oh shit!
She just doesn't want to do it in the establishment.
All right.
Real question is, does Rio grab him in the door and go the other way?
I don't know. Does he?
I guess leaning against the wall, Wayne's gonna start like stumbling down the stairs because his weapons went with.
I will say this.
Unless she dropped him up on the landing.
I will say this: Dom, the player, doesn't want Anne doing this, but Anne, being who she is right now, if there's a chance for her to fight something, and you look like you're willing to do it, then she's going to be all for it. That's what you can get from cousin insight.
Robin can't stomach the idea of letting this guy take Arena to Strahd at this point. Like, we know, I mean, we saw the the preparations for the tomb and everything there at the castle while we were there, and that we hid from her very carefully. And her whole evil Spidey sense thing, like she just
OOC. What if we offer
Yeah.
to take all of us? That's a free roll.
maybe
Oh!
I'm Spartacus.
Instead of the Mardikovs, you guys are like, nah, it's us.
You take all of us. Take all 5 of us.
Oof. I mean, that's
Five
pretty.
for that's
It's
not a
pretty
fair deal.
baller. It's pretty baller. I'll tell you that. It's pretty baller.
And we're not say this, but this is a OOC from Dom.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Leo, he's thought about it. He's backing out.
Oh shit! So you're not even following them outside to see what happens?
Nope. Man with an axe knows he's outmaxed.
Don't sell yourself short. Rope tied to an axe.
Well,
It's
Victor
revolutionary. It's never been done.
doesn't
True,
care.
true. Never
Victor
been
doesn't care what happens to Irenia. It's not like he likes her or anything, Baka, but he's gonna follow you out just to see what happens.
Does Wayne have a sense of what Robin's planning?
I mean, yeah, you guys have been together long enough. I mean, even with your -9 insight, I mean, well, you know what? No, I would say you guys have traveled and fought alongside each other enough. I think you have a sense that Robin cannot abide this. Like, she cannot let this go. But
Okay.
you've seen enough movies about heroes to know that sometimes being a hero gets you killed.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take you guys outside.
Wayne is gonna grasp at Robin and say, "Listen, this is not gonna go well. We don't want to fight. Just path the least resistance on this one thing. Just let him take me. I'm useless to you guys. Just let it happen. You're gonna get a bunch of good people killed if you push it."
I'll look after Dunbar for you. Wait.
Okay.
When we step out,
So you say that as loud as you can as you're stumbling down the stairs at Robin, as you see Robin getting ready to head outside into the.
I'll have to if I can't get caught up to her to save in time.
Robin, do you stop to listen or do you just head out?
Robin's gonna be I would say she would push Irenia behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be standing in the doorway. And with probably Anne right beside her somehow, and she would just be kind of
I would not be in the doorway, and would not be in the doorway.
So, Anne, are you gonna just push your way out?
Push through.
Yeah, and then when I come out, I think what Anne will say to Rahadim is, "What are you gonna do to her?"
He looks over at you and he says, "Miss Payne. She is the daughter of the burgomaster of the village of Barovia."
No, she's the sister of the burgomaster of the village of Barovia. Hello?
I can hear
you guys.
I can still hear you. I think we lost Crash, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we might have lost Crash.
Yeah.
What a time to do so, Jesus.
Guys, you can just tell him where I am. It's not your problem. I'm sorry.
We don't know where you are.
I told you where I was going.
Did you?
You said you're leaving to the tower. We don't know where you are right now at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, we know where you're.
We don't want to tell him we're at the tower because the tower is the only place that's safe.
Yeah, I was the tower.
Honestly, it's going to cause more problems to solve if we give you up.
Yeah, and we can't. Robin and Anne are their characters. You can't really talk them out of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, out of character. I don't want to fight this guy either, but like,
Oh no, you're doing great.
Out of character. No one in this call wants to fight this guy.
no, but I don't. I mean,
I don't
Robin
want to
doesn't.
sacrifice Wayne either, but this is the kind of shit he would do.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
Everybody's-
You are all role playing tremendously.
Yeah.
Sucks.
So here's the deal. Robin will stand down if you are very serious about being willing to sacrifice Wayne. But like I mean, I just want to make sure that you're okay with that before
I'm
I
not
go
okay.
there.
I mean, given the situation, what other play do we have? Either we fight and we lose badly,
Mhm.
or a character that at this point is not any good to the party takes a roll on the dice.
All you
I
need
mean,
is 9
low
days.
odds of survival, but it no one else has to die.
I mean, I don't know that we will lose badly against him. I mean, it's. I mean, this is D&D mechanics, which means
the problem is going to be the aftermath. Because that
Yes.
means we're tipping the scale.
Even if we defeat him, this is it, and we are not in a position to stand against Strahd moving forward.
Seeing Crash is
All right.
light up. Oh, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can now.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had great internet like nonstop for weeks now, and then I just said,
Thursday,
of course,
Thursday curse.
Thursday curse. Yeah. So the last thing I remember is
Thursday Curse Day.
Yeah. Curse of bad local internet provider who has a monopoly. So you asked him, Anne, what will happen to her, right?
Yeah, what is he going to do to her?
Okay. He says, Miss Payne.
She is the daughter
Of the late burgomaster.
of the village of Barovia. She is a noble,
And she is well respected by her community. She will not be physically harmed. She will, however, be publicly arrested and taken to Castle Ravenloft, where she will be imprisoned in the dungeons for an amount of time determined adequate
by the Dark Lord.
All in Valakai will be made aware of her transgressions, the harboring and abating of a fugitive from justice.
What did the fugitive do?
They serve as a reminder of the crimes that were committed by the Dusk Elf people against Castle Ravenloft so long ago.
so they of themselves have committed no crime directly.
It's just a reminder.
Basically, you're a huge racist.
He seems, he kind of cocks his head and he says, I long ago stopped thinking of such mundanities as race.
He's worse. He's a self-hating racist. Robin, don't push this. Please don't push this. This isn't going to go well. We're not in position. You guys aren't in a position to deal with the fallout. Let's just let me go with them.
Irenia says, you will not survive. He's going to kill you. He's not going to kill me.
There are worse things than death.
Oh man, as he says that, you guys see his eyes squirming about inside the sockets.
And if it wasn't her, and you were to take somebody else, what did you do to them?
Well, they would receive the proper punishments.
What's that?
Public torture.
I dare say that Mr. Larson is in poor shape to receive such a punishment.
And the Mardikovs are better off?
I have to ask Wayne Larson, do you value your own life so little that you would trade it for the runt of the litter, the last disgusting reminder of the Dust Elves' travesty? Just tell me where she's gone, Mr. Larson.
No. I value life so much that I'm going to remind your boss the value of it. You're not taking any of the Mardikovs. You're not taking the rest of my friends. They're not going to fight you. I come willingly of my own accord.
He looks at you hard, and he says, in this moment, Wayne Larson, you have gained my deep and honest respect. Come along.
Wayne's going to step forward and he's going to turn back to the party. And he's going to say, look after my dog if I don't make it back.
The
And
dog
please,
that Anne is holding in her hand that's howling right now, like frantically, frothing at the mouth, shaking his head back and forth.
we can't stand against what's to come if we have this fight. I don't believe so.
And Anne's gonna say nonchalantly that if it's just public beatings, everybody here is too weak to take it.
And Wayne will. Am I like walking behind the horse? Am I?
Oh no,
mounting
no.
the
He
horse?
as you walk up, he gets some rope, starts to kind of bind your hands behind your back, and he's gonna do the thing where like you walk behind the horse, and the horse goes a little too fast, and your legs are bound, so you trip and you get dragged through the mud. You've seen westerns, you know how this is gonna go.
Yep.
He does stop to look at the sky, and he says, "Perhaps I should check with the Wachner woman. She may want to delay this until the morning. That more citizens can learn a valuable lesson from your mistake."
What? Having second thoughts there, pointy ears?
Oh dang! When you say that, he just he just fucking hits you. Just fucking hits you. It's a 7 damage.
Okay.
Because it would be his fist plus his dexterity modifier. Because his body's a finesse weapon.
It's a monk. Or Pathfinder character.
Yeah, right. I don't know what he is. He's a mishmash of many different things apparently. He's a fucking evil guy, that's for sure. So yeah, when you say that, he says, "I see. You race towards the end."
No,
Then
I
I
just don't see a
shall.
man worth respecting.
Oof. All right, he saddles up, and he heads off, with Wayne behind him. Wayne, with 9 exhaustion, it does not take long for you to lose your footing, and you begin to get dragged through the muddy, cobbled streets of the town as he rides off. Do you guys follow, or do you just let him go?
Robin is just standing there, like breathing heavily, like she still has her axe out, and like as she watches them go, she's just going to say, "I'm gonna kill him."
No.
She'll look up at Anne. No.
The other head says,
When we're
"Why
ready.
not?"
Because we're not ready yet. And Wayne just bought us time.
As you are saying that, Robin, you see Irenia is walking up with one of Wayne's guns out, and she's aiming it at the back of Rahadim as he's riding away, but she's right next to you while she's doing it.
Robin will try to grab her arm.
Okay. I mean, she's a fucking mess, mostly crying and shaking. So yeah, and I think she actually has like internal bleeding on top of everything else. So yeah, she just you know, the gun kind of tumbles from her hands as
and
you
yeah, like once it's safe, she'll like pull her into a hug, but not until she's not. She wants to make sure she's not going to get shot first. But
right.
Once it's safe, she'll do that. And she's just going to but like Robin is not crying or anything. She is like it's like one of those angry hugs where it's like this is an injustice and like things will be paid, and like that is the sound in her voice. It is like steel, and she's just going to say she's like Wayne just bought us time, and we're not going to waste it.
The other head turns towards you, Robin, and says, "When the time comes, I'm gonna eat him slowly."
Yeah, Robin will kind of turn her head away from Irenia, and she'll look over at Anne, and she's just going to nod. She's going to say, "You can eat him as slow as you want to," because apparently Anne's evil doesn't really bother her. I'm not quite sure why.
Anne's neutral.
Family, I guess. Yeah.
I would almost say that Anne is still enough in control of herself that she is not like full on chaotic evil like Kill Giant, but yeah.
Like, is eating an evil person evil? I don't think so. Like, that's fine.
I mean,
like,
bears
like,
eat other animals, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Giants naturally just eat stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's less wanting to eat him is not an evil act. It's the deep down desire to take babies away from their mothers and eat them alive while you hear the mothers cry out for mercy. That's the evil part.
And she has those thoughts. She hasn't.
Right. Yeah, but she hasn't acted. Yeah, she hasn't acted on them yet. So
Really?
I would say, yeah.
We've all had those thoughts where you're like, "Ooh, I could never say that in public." Like, we've been there.
Anne never said that. Yeah, she just said you wanted to eat him slowly. That's fine. Eat the evil elf slowly. It's okay.
Okay. So
I'll help cut him into pieces for you.
if no one follows, the fate of Wayne Larson will remain unknown. You hear much sobbing from inside the house. Or sorry, the inn, which is also a house.
Robin will stay out with Irenia until Irenia is mobile again.
Yeah.
But like she'll just kind of keep like holding on to her until Irenia is able to.
Yeah, Irenia looks at you and says, "It should have been me. I should have gone."
It can't be you.
Why? Why can't it be me? I would have stayed in the dungeon if it meant saving Wayne's life. He is annoying, but he's sweet and kind. He means well, he tries his best. And now he's probably going to die.
Robin's gonna kind of do that thing where she kind of grabs Irenia's head with like both hands and like looks at her in both her eyes, like just kind of staring at her with a steely gaze. She's just gonna say, "Castle Ravenloft is more dangerous for you than anybody else. You can't be there alone. You can't be there as a prisoner.
She takes like a shuddering breath, hearing the severity and the intensity of your words.
And she's not letting go, and she's gonna keep holding on for a second. She's gonna say, the worst they're going to do is kill him. There's a lot more that they can do to you. Do you understand?
Yeah. Sniffles in some rainy boogers and says, I think I do, yes.
He's protecting you. He's protecting all of us, but he's protecting you.
That's
Let
when
it
she
mean
starts.
something.
That's when she starts crying, and she says, "Why did it have to be me?"
We were trying to call his bluff, and it didn't work, and I'm sorry.
Oh dang! And let's go of Dunbar.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
Doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't let go. Okay.
Yeah, is there a certain point where Dunbar just like passes out? Because otherwise he's
Oh,
going to continue
yeah.
fighting.
Yeah, I mean, he would just be barooing until he, deprived himself of oxygen and just kind of passed out. Yeah.
All right, then he will do that until he passes out in Anne's vice-like grip.
She'll continue to hold him, and until everybody goes inside, she'll be the last one to go inside.
All right. You guys head back inside. Oof. All right. As you head back in, you can see Danica hugging both of her sons and just sobbing. Erwin stands by, sticking all of his feelings into boxes, putting all those boxes high up on the shelf, like a real man. Victor looks like he wants to run up to Irenia, but he just gives her a bro nod. And then Rictavio starts playing sad music. Maybe. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, I think when you crashed, your audio crashed.
Oh.
Yeah,
but we weren't complaining because.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's part of his. It's part of his thing, you know. It's part of his thing. It's psychological warfare.
I was rolling wisdom checks. I have a migraine now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
no. I mean, I could have muted it, but it was too powerful.
The fact that somebody took the time to make that track, that's the real concerning part.
Talk about evil.
Yeah, right? Those horror kids, can't trust them. Can't trust them. All right. Erwin approaches you guys and says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your friend. I'm sorry that I didn't stand next to you and fight.
It's not your fault. It's this land and all the shit that is here. You need to look out for your family, Mardukov. I think you're fine for now, but He may be back sometime.
I have a feeling that he will continue to look for Taylor, and you are the easiest way to find her. I don't think you and your allies have seen the last of him either.
Agreed.
At this point, the door to the second floor opens, and a sleepy Isaac looks around. And he says, what was all this screaming and crying? Everyone just looks at him, like, did you really sleep through that entire scene? And he just says, I won't worry about it. Leaving early in the morning, he's all supposed to be asleep by now. And then the door opens again, and he says, hey, and that Wayne Larson snuck out of bed. He's supposed to be getting rest.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Don't
tell
worry
him to
about
come back. Alright, I won't worry about it.
Yeah, we should all go to bed. And try to get a little rest tonight. We have a long journey tomorrow.
Rictavio speaks with the Martikovs and tells them that he will stay up while everyone sleeps, and keep an eye on the front room, the door, that sort of thing. All right, so everybody heads to bed. All right. As you settle in to sleep, Robin, for a point of DM inspiration, describe to us the nightmare that is visited upon you by the hags.
I mean, I think it's the continuing nightmare that she constantly has. Like it's just more layers, right? So it starts in the death house. It's that kind of the twisting corridors, not quite right. Everything's at weird Tim Burton angles. And then the one must die chances as chased through the subterranean levels of the death house, and then her father sacrificing himself to save them from the monstrous creature. But now there's it's not just Art who's sacrificing himself. It's face after face, right? It's she sees Art do it, and then but the one must die chant continues, and then there's Esmeralda, and then there's who all has
Jason.
died so far. Yeah, there's Jason. There's that one guy who traveled with us for like 2 sessions.
Chris.
Yeah, there's Chris. I mean, there's who are all the upside down people. I mean, and then Wayne now too, right? Is there? As he's kind of like the last face that she would see, right before she wakes up, kind of gasping.
As you awake, roll a d10 and lose that much max HP.
Okay, not too bad. Not too bad.
All right, you guys awaken early in the morning.
It is about 6 hours to the tower.
Lost 2 wounds.
And David, you're going to be taking over Dunbar?
Yeah.
For now? Okay. Alright. I will enable vision on Dunbar.
And Dunbar just loses 1 level of exhaustion.
Yes, 1 level of exhaustion.
Am I able to lose a level of exhaustion, or does that not go away because of the?
You are not, when you receive these dreams, you are not
Yeah.
getting a good night's sleep, essentially.
You got a lot of spinning plates. This particular spinning plate is going to slowly grind you down to dust.
Does it also apply to injuries, or? Sorry, I'm trying to remember
Well,
how our rules go.
You can recover from injuries if you don't have any exhaustion.
That was wounds, not exhaustion.
Oh, sorry, wounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I don't think I have any wounds, but I have.
If you have an injury, you have at least 1 wound.
Oh, you know, I do have wounds.
Yeah, you recover from 1 wound after each successful long rest. After completing a long rest with modest accommodations, you can make a DC 15 con save. If successful, you recover from a 2nd wound if you have it, but this will count as your long rest activity. You cannot recover from long-term injuries if you have any wounds.
Is the collapsed lung considered a long-term injury?
It is a tissue long-term injury.
Okay.
Yep.
And
which are the easiest ones to get rid of.
So okay, so I still have 1 more wound left, so I won't be able to get rid of these 2 injuries: the collapsed lung or the injured back.
Right. Yeah, and I guess I'll roll for Irenia real quick.
So I can do a con save though, even. Okay, I'm just making sure I can do.
Yeah. So Irenia is down to.
So I can lose 2 injuries or 2 wounds.
So yeah, she got rid of her wound, but she's still got her injury. And let's see what we got over here with Victor. Victor has 1 wound. He'll try to make a con save. And succeeds. So he can get rid of the torn tendon as well. Cool. Alright. And then we got Beefcake over here. He'll try to make his con save. Does not make it, but he does get rid of 1 of his wounds. Okay.
I'm safe to assume that Taylor successfully long rested in the tower, right?
Yes. Dang. Is it bad that I kind of thought that Leo might sell out Taylor? Is that bad? That I thought he was capable of that?
Is it bad that I wish he would have? Instead of everything happening with me having 0 agency over it.
Oh.
The thing is, though, is that he would have sold out the tower.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I got rid of my rival? All his stuff?
Dude, and on his way out, you're like, I'll take care of your dog, bro.
Jeez.
Yeah. I already got Minadora. I can't be running off dying. I already burdened with 1 pass weight.
Do I get any hit dice back with the?
Yes, because you are able to short rest, so you would be able to get like We'll just assume that you got back your hit dice because you short rested instead of long rested.
I can take it.
Yeah. Alright. And then I have a macro for the NPCs now. So let me roll that real quick. Is it okay if I apply it to purple? There we go. Alright. And then everybody would get their healer healed removed. Dang. Oh, but we got this boy. He's got to make his save against the disease. Alright, so here's his save against the disease. He does not turn into a zombie in the night. So that's good.
Wait, hold on. Who are we talking about? Isaac?
Yeah.
I thought the water elemental.
Oh, did you guys just use the water elemental stuff on him? Oh, okay. I just didn't remove it.
I mean that was discussed. I don't think it was.
Oh, I didn't remove it, so I
brought up, but I don't know if he said yes to do that on the phone.
I thought the plan was
if he failed.
Yeah.
If he failed. Yeah. Okay. Well, he a beefy boy. He made it. So. All right, and I think then that is that. Oh, wait, purple. You can get rid of this and this. You do lose your lucky because you took a long rest. And you lose your lucky because you took a long rest. Alright. Fresh start. Ready to get out into the world, make it happen. Lose your exhaustion. Man, these NPCs were beat to shit. Okay. Oof. So, heading out into the world. Let's roll it. Check number 1. Maybe?
16.
Oh, 16, thank you, okay. So on the road, it's 18 or higher, so you're good. Check number 2. Check number 3. Check number 4.
Oh, there it is.
Ooh, okay. So...
It's going to be the Rahadim encounter on the table.
On your
funny.
fourth hour of travel, off to the side of the road, there is
a lone wolf.
There is
no. The wolf's in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's true.
There is disturbed earth, suggesting something large, or perhaps many small things, are buried here. The place smells strongly of death. Would you like to investigate or continue on your way?
Many small, like how small of small things? Like
the disturbed earth here suggests something large, or perhaps many small things are buried here. The place smells strongly of death.
So, is this a smell that Dunbar is intrigued by, or is he repulsed by it?
Ooh. What a question. What a question.
It's a question I have to ask.
Give me a survival check from Dunbar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And while you're at it, a perception check.
And do I mean, I have like a pretty solid passive perception of like a 19. Like,
yeah.
Journey...
The smell of death is strong and unnatural, Robin and Dunbar. But Dunbar, you know what's buried there. Bones. Lots of bones.
We're going for it. Also, important note, did any of you put a leash on him?
What?
Because
so
he
awkward.
likes Leo, because Leo like, took him out to pee and poop and like fed him treats and whatnot.
Yeah.
You are not. None of you are Wayne.
That's true.
Also,
yeah.
None of us have leashes.
All right,
mean,
then. Dunbar.
Listen,
boom,
I've
right to the
made
bones.
I've made emergency leashes before.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Yeah, Victor has created a leash for Dunbar with his 18 fucking intelligence. He's not going to
Okay.
let Wayne's dog run off. As you try to get to the bones, Dunbar, and there's a lot of them in there, and they smell funky. You do know that they are also possessed of an unnatural stink of death, something that you've come to associate with the living dead.
Oh, well, in that case, we're going to pull up short.
Okay.
And
all right.
Like, at first we were intrigued, but oh, wait, no. That's not right.
Victor says Victor is going to use nature to try to understand what you're doing. You got a 26. So you explain essentially breaching the language gap here. You explain to him skeletons.
Yes, we are pointing and we are growling. We are pissed off.
But you're not full Scooby-Doo in it where you start doing charades. We're not there yet.
No.
Okay.
We're not doing charades. We're just pointing and we're growling.
All right, so Victor pieces together your information and Robin's information and says, "We don't want to go near that pile of dirt. There's skeletons beneath the surface." You drop into a sumo stance, and then he looks at you and says, "Or do we want to? I was assuming we didn't want to."
No, I'm just ready for anything.
Okay.
For the rest of the day.
All right, so you guys continue your journey. Oh no. Okay. So as you hit the turn, the right-hand turn, to start heading down the natural causeway that leads to the small islet. Is that what's small island of Islet where the tower is built? You can see that someone or something has erected a crude wooden post, hammering it into the muddy ground at the side of the road. A skeleton has been nailed to it by the hands and hangs down, feet barely scraping the muddy dirt road. Ravens are all over this thing, eating what scant morsels remain on the pallid, rotting bones. Would you like to investigate or keep walking?
I mean, ravens are usually okay.
Yeah, we got,
make sure it's not Dunbar's response again. Ooh, bones.
Right? Maybe these bones. Birds are eating those bones. So,
yeah, we want to get our nose up in there at least a little bit.
All right. Victor lets you get closer to the post. It seems like a good post to take a piss on, if I'm being honest. That'll keep people from going to the old man's tower.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's definitely do that. Plus, if I piss on it, maybe these become my bones.
Okay. The ravens smell your urine, and in beast speech, I don't know if you saw this one coming, David. The ravens in beast speech say to you, "Oi! Hey! Get away! What are you doing? Don't be pissing all over this. Don't you piss on them bones. There might be some meat left on them. Some morsels."
What? No, I'm not pissing on the bones. I'm pissing on the post. These are my bones. This is my post.
Oh. You can have the bones, but we're taking the meat. Almost everything's picked over now.
Okay, I just want the bones. These are my bones. This is my post.
No, this post belongs to a giant. We saw the giant.
No, I peed on it. It's mine.
You peed on the giant?
No, the post. Post is mine.
Oh. Whoa. Hope the giant doesn't come back for the post. I don't think you could beat a giant, Wolf.
Wait, you said a giant or a giant wolf?
No, a giant. Big giant. One of them looks over at Anne. Like that one.
Oh. Like
but a fuzzier face.
No, Anne doesn't have a fuzzy face.
No. Giant had a fuzzy face. You guys just hear the the ravens like squawking and criking at Dunbar, and Dunbar's just barking back at them.
Robin would like to examine the bones and stuff on the post and like around the post area.
I mean, these ravens, they're not scared of nothing.
Dunbar will allow this because he likes Robin.
Okay.
Robin will give Dunbar a little scritch while she's examining the stuff.
Go ahead and give me a perception and a survival. Anyone who wants to try to figure out what's going on here. Okay, you don't notice anything unusual, but you get the sense that these remains are the remains of a druid or someone who is aligned with the faithless, based on what lingering remains of clothing and bone and fur trinkets remain on the body. Leo and Dunbar, you can confirm this is the remains of a faithless. If anybody would like to give me a trained medicine check, you could figure out maybe the cause of death here.
Is there any treasure around?
Yeah, as you are looking around, you guys are not noticing any treasure other than the sort of worthless trinkets that the druid would have had on their person. And you're not sure how this person died. But they do have a lot of broken bones, so smashing is a likely cause of death.
Can Irina do a medicine check?
Yeah, go for it.
Because she's trained.
Yes, this person died from blunt trauma, but then the body was very carefully put on display. Which is a little weird. But if you would like, Victor can roll a history check to see if he can piece together why this is happening. Oof. He has no idea why a giant would kill a druid and then arrange the remains like this, since from everything he knows about giants, they love to eat bones, particularly grinding them into flour to make bread.
Robin will grab a bone and toss it to Dunbar if he can't reach any of them. I don't know if he can or not, but
I mean, Dunbar will valiantly try and like.
Oh yeah, like the body's hanging like with just its toes like touching the dirt there. So.
Okay, so if he can get it to some, then all right.
Yep.
If he couldn't, she would have gotten one. But if he can get a nice femur or something, she'll let him grab it.
All right.
I mean, Dunbar will try.
Also, Leo, investigating the scene, you confirm that it was actually a giant. The giant was accompanied by a human-sized person. So there is a giant and a person on the loose that are killing people and then propping their bodies up like this. For whatever that's worth.
I mean, it wasn't Taylor, so.
Yeah, you're pretty sure this isn't Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's apparently a giant and a human who don't like the faithless. So there is that.
Which, the faithless, that would be people that Robin would be against as well, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like them, yeah.
The enemy of your enemies is your friend. Yep.
Yeah, it's pair of tracks, so maybe Dunbar can track them.
Especially with all of her druidy stuff starting to kind of come online.
Well, your understanding is that the Faithless are about as affiliated with Baba Lysaga as the street punk gangs were affiliated with Shredder's Foot Clan. You know what I'm saying? Like they were like 2 ranks below, like where they thought they were, kind of thing. But yeah, they are allied with her. Yeah. All right. You find nothing of interest. Anyone who is trained in religion, it's kind of a long shot, may roll a religion check as well. Sorry, this one's so skill heavy, but they can't all be murderous combats.
Is half a proficiency proficiency?
Oh, of course it is. You went to church as a kid. Victor with his +7, just flubbing these knowledge checks. Oh my gosh. You, with your +0, you got no idea the significance of what's going on here, or anything. Alright, Dunbar, you take the best bone from the leg that you can reach. It's your bone now. Okay.
Dunbar will make it a point to go around to everybody and show them his bone, and then realize Wayne's not there, and then plunk down and start howling.
Damn. When you are howling in beast speech, Wayne, one of the ravens says, "Who's Wayne?"
Wayne was my best friend.
Oh,
and he's gone now.
that happens a lot around here. I'm the last of my murder. They I don't know if ravens a murder also. I know crows are a murder. I can't keep track of all the goddamn animal. What are they called?
I don't think ravens are a murder.
What's
I think a kindness of
a kindness of ravens? That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, she tells you that she's the last of her kindness. She narrowed it.
Unkindness.
It's an unkindness.
An unkindness. Okay.
Unkindness.
She's the last of her unkindness. She escaped the clutches of Baba Lyzaga, an evil witch who lives in the swamps of the south. Wolf. Small, silly wolf. You must never go there. Promise me.
Okay. Don't seem unkind.
She opens her beak in a smile and says, "Maybe you will see your friend again."
I don't know. I want to. I want to see my friend again. But Dunbar can't process it. He just starts crying again.
And seeing Dunbar.
The raven, who has such a bigger brain and more powerful brain than a dog, just nods. She understands it's hard to be dumb. And she goes back to her business.
Seeing Dunbar take a bone and is like upset. Anne's gonna go over and grab a bone too and just take it. And she'll walk around and put it in the other mouth.
Nice. All right. It's it's like 20-minute walk down the causeway to the tower. I will assume that you guys head there.
I am also assuming on this walk that we tell Isaac what happened.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Jason.
Yeah.
Would probably.
He probably would have immediately been like, "Where's Wayne?"
Yeah, exactly. Like
we're leaving without Wayne.
Yeah, like what are you guys doing? He never came back last night. Like, yeah.
Yeah. The secret police got him.
Secret police. Oh. You should have roused me. We could have ended him.
The next time.
The next time. But now we are without. Wayne Larson's guns.
Oh no, Arena has them.
Are you sure that's wise?
It's probably not, but it is what it is.
All right.
I'm sure you guys. OOC. I'm sure you guys could redistribute his assets just fine.
Not yet.
Irina has spent the day examining the guns. She pulled like a Luke Skywalker where she looked right into the loaded gun.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Like if she did that, Robin would have like just taken it away from it.
Take these weapons from her.
She says, "Robin, I these are like my hand crossbows, but like louder. It's not that complicated. I was checking to make sure there was a bullet inside."
No, yeah, you don't get to hold these until we go through a lot more gun safety.
Well, I couldn't see. Hold on, I couldn't see because it was dark. Let me get my matches.
Nope. Nope. Also, no. Nope.
Mm.
When we're at the tower, we'll spend some time.
All right.
I'm surprised Leo isn't making a play for him.
Oh, he made the play for them. I've been strategically ignoring everything he says all day. And then, when he makes eye contact with me, I start crying real hard, and I look at him like, I need emotional support, and he just runs away.
Robin will just start laughing, which she has needed an emotional release, and that is not anger. And she hasn't been able to go sad because, and so like, it's kind of it's a little bit of like a too much laughter, but like she just starts laughing.
Yeah, and it's contagious. Yeah, Irina begins to laugh as well, while also trying to sleight of hand those guns away from you.
Robin knows all about sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Give me a perception then.
I mean, she has a 19 passive.
Yeah, doesn't it
Ooh.
go against her passive?
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you see as she's reaching for it. She messaged me, don't I get advantage because I made her laugh, but no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't I have advantage because I grew up in a magic household?
Fair. So as you guys arrive, Taylor, you see them out the window, making their way down the causeway.
A big smile comes on her face.
Nice.
That they made it safely.
Right.
And
With
you see there's
your
no
perception, you see there's no Wayne. And the saddest Dunbar you've ever seen.
Taylor's smile quickly fades, and she rushes down the tower.
You must have rolled a 1 and then gotten another exhaustion on the way here.
Yeah, he was near death. That's probably what she's probably assuming he just didn't make it through the night.
Okay. So you
But she'll
rush
go down
down.
to meet everybody. And the first thing she'll ask, she'll be like, "Where's Wayne?"
Rahadim took him.
What do you mean he's chasing after me?
Yeah, he was, and then he couldn't find you. So
But why would he take Wayne?
well, he showed up back at the inn, and was asking for you, and don't worry, we didn't tell him nothing. You know, we everybody had your back, and then since we wouldn't tell him where you went, he wanted someone to I guess stand in your place. And there was some back and forth, and the ladies, well, I really thought they were gonna start a swinging. I was scared for my life. And Wayne and Irina were both wanting to go, and Rahadim was troubled by all of that, I think. But in the end, Wayne went with him.
Taylor just looks like destroyed. Like if I knew it would have come to that, I would have just gone.
Robin's going to go over.
You should have just told him where I was. I left because I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
This isn't your fault.
Fight.
This isn't your fault.
Not my fault.
It's Rahadim's fault, and it's the fault of this place. You didn't choose how you were born. You didn't choose any of this. And you didn't choose the choices that Rahadim has made. You didn't choose how Wayne responded either, or how any of us responded.
I chose to leave him. To leave you all to him.
It was a calculated risk, and you escaped. And Wayne made a choice as well. And it doesn't do any of us any good. To look at his gift of time that he's given us. The time to rest and strategize and get one more chance to try to fix some things here. And she's gonna look at Taylor and she's gonna be like, and so Wayne did this so that you would be safe, and so that Irina would be safe, and so that the rest of us would be safe, and that the Martikos would be safe. And the only thing we have left now is we have to keep moving, and we have to keep doing this, and we have to succeed. You're gonna keep fighting?
I'm gonna kill him. Tired of hiding and running. And losing people I love.
Robin's gonna nod. Me too. And you may not get the chance to kill him, because I'm gonna kill him first.
You better not take that from me.
And Robin's gonna like crack a smile again, but it's not a real smile. It's just, and she's gonna say, and Anne may try to kill him before either of us gets a chance. So,
Anne will pop up and say, "No, you two can kill him. Just leave his body there for me." Afterwards.
For what?
I think she's gonna eat it.
The bone that she's had for a while she was walking here is kind of like in splinters, and she's using part of it to pick her teeth.
Ick. Fine. You can eat him. But I'm gonna find him. Or he finds us. But I'm not running again.
I'm not either. We were in a bad moment where we were all tired and couldn't fight. But next time... And she's going to say this loudly enough so that everybody around hears. She's going to say, next time we come across Rahadim, we fight him and we kill him.
As Strahd strokes his beard and says, of course.
I guess we're killing our way out then. We kill Rahadim and it'd have to be the Cold Shoulders next. Aragal. The Brides.
Robin's going to turn around. Do you have a better option?
At that point, Dr. Rudolph Van Richten says from the stairs, hold on. He says, yes. Is there a plan? And if there is, perhaps discuss inside. Where the magic will keep your secrets.
He'll walk inside.
Yeah.
Robin goes inside.
And nervously waits before she goes inside.
Mm.
All right.
I guess once we get in, I guess we would kind of turn. Robin, before we got teleported and everything got kind of confusing, I thought we were going to that priest and to suck him dry and use his power to fix that guy Victor wanted. And then that would fix Anne, and somehow I know that would fix everything.
You also got turned his head in.
Yeah. And his head in.
Well, we still need to go back there for the Voctor woman as well. There's business she has at...
Well, yes, but I'm just saying we can't do that if we've end up killing Rahadim on the way. All that goes out the window when we have to fight Strahd. can't be looking through the woods and fighting off brides and...
So then Irenia pipes up and says, "So, what, are we just supposed to let this Rahadim take us away one at a time? Until all that's left to take is Taylor?" And then Victor kind of grimaces and says, "Leo is not wrong. Rahadim, I could see his fear when Robin stood against him. I think he knew that we could have taken his life, but he had every confidence that our fear of his master's retribution would protect him. It has been the same growing up with this guy as an older brother. Some of your less savory guards would use your reputation, get away with terrible things." Isaac narrows his eyes like, Who? Tell me. Go beat the shit out of him. But he says, "I have no doubt he's a powerful foe, but we have become powerful ourselves. I love Dwayne. I care for him. But also, if we had let Robin and Anne act, if we had fought and routed him, perhaps things would have been okay. But if we had fought and killed him, the retribution, it would not have just been for us, but for the Martikovs and their home. For the children." Leo is right. We need to finish the things that matter before the distractions of every enemy in the realm coming to kill us sets in.
Leo's just nodding like, yeah, someone finally listens to what I say.
During this conversation, Taylor's like taking off the like costume and like wiping off all the makeup. She's like, "Fine, but I will not hide anymore, and if he comes, I will kill him."
And if he stands in our way, I'm not going to let him just have another one of us, or have Taylor, or stop us from our goals. If it comes down to us or him, it will be him. And so, yes, we should go after our goals, but if he is there at Kresk, and he demands Taylor as prisoner, or if he tracks us here to the tower, what then?
No one else dies for me.
And pose the question, what happens if he dies in the tower?
Dr. Rudolph Van Richten says, well, any magical defenses that he has will not work, and then his absence will certainly be felt by his master. But perhaps if his master has not
kept a close eye on him. His whereabouts will become unknown. I have entertained the idea of using this tower as a trap for our more magical adversaries. I doubt that the Dark Lords could be lured here into an ambush without the right bait. But perhaps it could serve as a location to eliminate others. Each time we use it in such a way, we do risk its discovery.
We did not leave the most difficult to follow trail. We were not stealthy or slow in our travel here.
Yes, Taylor has informed me of your situation with the portal and the castle crypts, the acquisition of the powerful staff of Xanther, and the death of Von Silly. I will confess, I was convinced Von Silly was just a guise worn by the Dark Lord.
Could there be, like, something to make there more than one of someone? It just seems so much like him. But I guess if he was his son.
He's gonna roll an expertise arcana. What you're describing is called a simulacrum. But you told me already that you saw the corpse.
We saw a corpse.
Well, a simulacrum is reduced to snow and ice when it is destroyed. Though, from what I understand, you only saw the corpse from a distance.
Have you ever heard of the movie The Prestige?
No,
The concept of clones.
I have not heard of the Prestige movie, but I am familiar with the term. It is a great act of magic.
It's the trick, basically. It's the turn. It's the part that is hidden from the audience that makes the trick work. The magic that hides the mechanism, basically. And there is a story that is told on Earth, somewhat fantastically, of a great inventor who helped a magician create a trick where every night he could perform a miraculous escape. But in reality, he was not escaping. He was... spoiler alerts for anyone who hasn't seen the movie yet.
Phenomenal movie.
Phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal movie. So mute now if you haven't seen it for like the next minute or so. Rather than escaping every night, he was actually killing himself, but being reborn with all of his memories intact in a new identical body, cloning himself, basically, but creating an infinite number of old bodies behind him in his
as you say that, his eyes alight, and he says, I have heard of such theories. The chromacy of the 8th circle is said to allow one to clone the body of another living being. It grows an inert duplicate of a living creature as a safeguard against death. But, as far as I know, it is impossible for the clone to animate, since the nature of the spell is to create a secondary host for the caster's soul.
It's theorized that if the clone did animate ahead of schedule, its primary directive, its impulse,
Its alignment would be to seek out the original and destroy it.
Do you think von Zarovich capable of such magics? I wouldn't put it past him.
Isn't every soul here recycled? Didn't somebody say that?
He nods. Because what if? What if? It is said that Vasily von Holtz was very old. Older than a man should be. It could be that he is in fact a Dampier, or it could be that whatever he is just keeps coming back.
Maybe he's younger than any man ought to be.
How disturbing.
Wasn't the stories like about how everyone he loved died? Like, how would have he ever even had a chance to have a kid if all of his lovers die on him?
Oh. Irenia says, I've got this one. Don't worry, guys. So, Taylor, when the boy and the girl like each other a lot, the boy put his penis inside the girl's vagina, and then the semen in
Taylor
that.
looks shocked. Like, this
Yeah.
is the first she's ever heard this.
I think we may have
I
just
thought,
lost
I thought it
Crash
was a
again.
specific-
He's been censored.
Yeah, FBI agent came through.
FBI, open up!
We heard the word. We heard 2 words. That's not supposed to be said on the internet.
No sex education for anyone.
The stream is rated 18 plus.
No, he's back.
Ugh.
Is he back?
Well, a little bit.
Well, trying to break through the censorship.
Mm-hmm.
What a time for it to cut out laughing my fucking ass off.
I guess. Oh, see, what do we want to do next? Actually.
Anyways,
Oh,
she explained.
He's back. He's back.
Is he back though?
Oh.
Is he back though?
Well,
No, I guess not.
no.
He was for a
And
second.
if there's one thing that
Crash, you're cutting out
Oh,
again, am I back?
badly.
no, it sounds like you're
It
back
sounds
now.
like you're back.
All right.
Yeah, you cut out at semen.
Wait, you heard semen? I didn't hear semen.
He said semen.
Yeah, he said semen.
Ooh,
Yeah, definitely
Well,
did.
glad
I
he
think
cut
we
out.
lost. I think we lost him again.
Mhm.
So yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, is he back? Nope. Yeah. So what do you guys want to do next?
I mean, I feel like we should go get our stuff. Like that. I mean, either that, or we need to hang out here and like set a trap and see if
Well,
Rahadim
I
comes
think
and we kill him here in the tower.
I think we need to clear exhaustion. And I think what we
Yeah.
could do is like it's very likely that Rahadim would just follow you guys, right? Like-
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
If I was Rahadim, I would have just followed you guys. Because
I don't know though, because he was adamant about punishing someone, and then Wayne mouthed off at him at the end.
Wayne has 9 levels of exhaustion. He's going to be dead in like 2 hours.
Wayne was dead. Wayne was dead. I'm not going to speak for Wayne. I hope he holds it through. But
I mean, like being dragged through the mechanically, there's so many rules that Wayne is going to be doing.
I don't know what his intentions are.
But he also said that he was.
Taylor.
Yeah, he also
Specific.
said he was gonna. He also said he was going to take Wayne to the Voctor woman possibly, and not do anything till the morning.
Right. He was like, well, like,
And so
I'm
there's a
not gonna
chance.
lie. Someone 9 levels of exhaustion, being dragged by a horse.
Yeah.
It probably is dead by the time they make it to the Walkner
Yeah,
house.
but if not, he could just leave her or leave Wayne like in the dungeons there in Valakai and follow us and wait for Wayne to get some exhaustion levels off to take back to, you know what I mean? Like that would be a better way to handle that.
I mean,
for
it
me.
depends on how angry he was. Like, that makes sense from, like, a vindictive bastard standpoint.
Yeah.
But again, Wayne mouthed
I mean,
off and
Yeah.
would probably
I'm
continue
just
to mouth
thinking
off as he
he's
was
been
able.
alive for a very long time.
Yeah.
I doubt the one thing Wayne said would have took him off if he has a chance to get Taylor.
I'm just thinking, like, if I was Rahadim, I
And
would
have the chance to track
quickly
down
kill.
Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have one mission. I would kill Wayne quickly, and I would follow.
But he
It would
said
be
I was
done
to be
before
made,
you guys
Wayne was
even
to be
left the
made an
town.
example of. So,
Yeah.
it's a toss up whether he.
But
Wayne
like,
was
what do you
killed
think he
outright
cares
or
more
whether.
about? What do you think he cares more about? Making an example of Wayne or catching Taylor?
Catching Taylor, but again, what was said makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
what Lauren said makes sense. Like, there's a possibility he's just like, this guy's
I'm
nothing.
just saying, there's a
I'll
chance.
drag his dumb ass to the locker room and throw him in the jail there, let him recover a bit, and then I'll really go to town on his ass with a blowtorch and a pair of pliers. You know?
either that or throw you in the dungeon and chase after us.
Yeah. So there are a variety of possibilities.
To me, it's about an 80% chance that he is on our tail as opposed to headed towards Castle Ravenloft at this point.
In Valakai doing the ceremony.
Yeah. To me, I think he's trying to follow us.
Right, well,
So
we can take maybe a day here and just see if he shows up. If he
Yeah, I'm
doesn't,
just
we
saying.
just
I mean, there are
everyone-
multiple levels of exhaustion to be
everyone
cleared, so you
heals up.
have the time to take.
Yeah. And
to me,
Taylor
let's
will
heal up,
just
and if
take
he-
some strolls outside the tower because bait.
Yeah, and if he shows up, like, let's get him inside the tower and let's kill him. Like, that's where Robin is at. Because if we can get him inside, he disappears, and
Well,
then
that
we
might
kill
be
him.
an issue, though. That might be an issue because he'll know, like, he was in this location, and then he disappeared.
Okay, but let's think about how scrying works, right? Like, Strahd's not like constantly watching him.
All he has to do is say his name.
But if he doesn't say his name till he gets in the the second Strahd looks for him and he's in the tower,
He won't see anything.
he's just gonna get the beep,
Static.
Mhm.
So
I mean, that gives us maybe 2 days, and then after 2 days, he'll know of missing.
Well, we'll see. If he shows up, I
but
mean, we all agree.
Rudolph is sure that Strahd's not gonna come here.
Yeah.
Unless we have good bait, but I think we have the bait.
Yeah.
And either way, I think, and if we can kill him in the tower or fight him in the tower, it's also going to mess with his abilities because it dampens some magical stuff.
It's an anti-magic field.
Right.
from what I understand, right?
The tower is anti-magic for anybody but Xanther or ... Xanther's magic.
So Victor's staff, for instance, will work.
When that comes up, he tries it immediately, and it does work.
Which, remember, the tower is like 20 feet by 20 feet, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's calm down now.
Well, that's why Van Richten has eyeballed this for a while as a possible kill chamber, but he doesn't know what to do with it or who to use it on. He doesn't want to jeopardize it because it's a really sweet ass hideout.
Yeah.
It is a good hideout. So
Yeah, it's a nice, sweet position.
The thing is if
we're
Better to use
if
it
it is-
on
if it
than
is- if
Strahd's
it is-
right
yeah.
hand.
it
Yeah.
is found and we don't kill him, this is the kind of place that is going to get reported to Strahd. So we will potentially lose it.
That's what I'm saying.
Either
like,
way,
right? If he's here, if we're like at the tower and he shows up, of course we're gonna use the tower. This is the best case scenario if he's here. If he's not, but I don't know if we like find him like 2 hours away from the tower. Do we run back to the tower to do it, or do we take care of it right there?
and make it look like
Right
a werewolf did it or something.
I think we just do it right there.
Yeah,
And
I don't think we jeopardize the tower if we don't have to.
It's 5e. I don't think we're getting anybody like a long distance. We're not getting someone into the tower. Like
No.
So in that case, I think we have to just decide what we're going to do next. I think.
I think we heal up.
Yeah, heal up and then Krezek.
Yeah. How many levels of exhaustion does it? Like, how much do we need to heal? What is our worst?
I just have one more wound left.
Dunbar.
6.
Some people
Dunbar's
have
got
broken
6 levels of
backs.
exhaustion.
Some people have broken backs.
I need about 2 rests to get rid of my injuries.
Yeah, I have an injured back, but it is not broken. So mine
same here,
should.
injured.
So as soon as I
Izzy's got a broken leg, and yeah.
But we could use the flask on Isaac to heal the leg over time.
I think.
What is it? 20 d6, right, for bones? There we go.
yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
God damn it. You need to be. You're on thin ice, mister. No more getting cut out for being pervy.
Oh, my bad. I had to switch to my phone. I can't. My Discord's just like, I don't know, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, cool. Glad everybody boosts you.
Thursday.
Glad we give you money.
Yeah. Glad I bought cool Christmas lights from you guys for like $100 or whatever ridiculous amount they wanted. Jesus.
bodes well for the new year of D&D.
Yeah. It's going to be a good one. I know it. It's going to be great.
Just so long as the sessions aren't on Thursdays.
Yeah, so it seems like we're going to stay here at least 1 or 2 days. When we go to Krezek, what do you guys want to do?
Get our stuff, get in, turn in our quest, and then after that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think we should go get our stuff first and then go get paid.
Well, I mean, we need the stuff to get paid, right?
Yeah.
No, I have the head here.
Oh. Well, we still probably want the stuff and the rations.
We want our stuff.
I will point out, you won't get Taylor to hide who she is wherever we go. So.
Ooh, you done with that, huh?
Yeah,
all
she's
right.
done with it.
If we go to Krezek, we'll push to go meet that priest.
Mm.
Well, and we have the quest from the Walker woman now too, to go try to solve stuff for her daughter.
Okay. So
Didn't we also want to go down to Damien to get the winery to get the wine stone we left behind?
Yeah, if we can, because it's magical.
I think we were going to.
What's the date? What's the date
that
for us
was
to go to Bali
the 10th. The 10th. We have 11 days before we have to be at the Hag's entrance, where we're going to set that trap.
All right, let's map. It's map time. I'm going to map.
Oh, okay.
If we do anything in Krezek that's dangerous, we'll probably need a cushion of 4 days to recover.
Okay, so 2 days.
Rudolph asked you. I don't suppose while you were at the castle, you got the better map.
No, we didn't see a map.
Oh, there's no map.
This is
we
the
could
better
have
map.
stayed, but we decided not to.
Does the priest have a map? I mean, the abbot.
Why would
He has
map?
a library.
Oh, maybe he has a map.
Another reason.
Okay.
I will say, I want to ask Taylor. Did you tell Van Richten, in your scared / excited state, waiting for your allies to return, like everything that transpired, like does he know that somebody peed on something and it had to be covered up, or does he
yeah.
does he know the real reason it had to be covered up? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Taylor was heavily involved in the blanket situation.
Yeah.
In Blanket Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And she was probably flushed full of endorphins, sprinting from Valakai
Oh yeah.
all the way to the tower. So, and she trusts Van Richten wholly. So, yeah, I think she would have told him. But I think she also would have told him that we haven't. We've decided not to tell her, or at least no one's telling her, and I'm not telling her.
He agreed that that's a good idea in this mini cutscene where you explained to him, and he agreed that's a good idea. And he described Irenia as the Curse of Strahd.
Like his weakness.
Yeah, he stared at a person you couldn't see when he said it. The camera.
The camera.
Yeah.
All
But
right,
yeah, if you follow up on
at the 1, 2, 3, 4th wall in here.
I get it now.
Yeah.
My goodness.
But yeah, if you ask him like what he means, he would explain it to you. But
Taylor's pretty dumb. She probably would ask for clarification.
Okay, then he says, well, based on the dreams that she mentioned and the evidence that you have discovered, I think that she is a reincarnation of the woman that the Dark Lord is obsessed with. I think that everything he does and everything that he will do is somehow wrapped up in that girl's fate. And I think that whatever has trapped him here uses her torturing. I think that she is his greatest weakness.
So how do we use that?
Well, I would be a terrible old bastard if I said that we should use her as bait. But she would make a fine bait.
I don't want to use her as bait. But
which you guys meta now understand what he meant when he said if we had the right bait. But yeah.
We got to tell the others. I don't know how we tell her or if we should. But we have to tell Robin and Wayne and Em.
I wouldn't tell her if you think she would, out of a sense of heroism and obligation, try to use that information to selflessly sacrifice herself and protect you.
I think she would. She's dumb. She would do that.
Probably shouldn't tell her that. Not yet. But what makes her an asset also makes her a liability. So the others should be informed. Maybe not that Leo guy. I don't think he would be able to keep it a secret.
He's got a big mouth, but
yes.
He's smarter than he seems.
I'll take your word for it.
You'll have to. She got a lapse. So yeah, I guess during these this time, when Irina's taking Dunbar out to pee or something.
Yeah.
Taylor will explain that the conversation with Robin and whoever's around.
Yeah, Robin gets it
Yeah,
really
but Leo
fast.
might
'cause she's-
overhear it.
What?
Weren't you going to try and keep it away from Leo because Leo might blab it
No,
to Aridia?
I gave Leo credit during the
Yeah.
conversation. I
Yeah,
said he
she
could handle
told
it.
she told Van Richten it'll be okay. He's smart.
Okay.
But you'll have to take my word for it. So I guess D20 even or odd if Leo's in the room. Even he's in the room. Oh, sorry, Leo. You missed out, buddy.
So you're off walking the dog with Irene, I guess, at the time.
Wait. Don't go too fast. Don't go too fast.
Goddamn. So, with that information dropped on you guys and everything else that's happened, I don't know if that changes any of your plans.
And smarter.
Right?
She lost intelligence when she grew a second head.
Yeah.
Tells you it's not about how smart you are. It's about how much people like you.
I feel like
Are you throwing shade at Leo? Why does it keep applying healer heal to me? I don't know.
No.
I'm taking trades everywhere.
No, I'm saying that charisma is a stronger stat than it.
listen. Yes,
Hey,
obviously
you don't need
if you-
charisma when you got jack of all trades.
I was about to say, look at American politicians. The charisma is way more important than intelligence. But yeah,
See?
True.
true. My thing is, I don't think you guys are dumb in like the as dumb as a gorilla like kind of way. I think that the two of you are dumb in you just don't learn from your mistakes. Like I just don't think
Yeah.
that you have the capacity. Do you know what I'm saying? To like
Well,
grow
I rationalize
It's
mentally.
very slow.
I
Yeah.
rationalize it as like intelligence represents a lot of like the knowledge skills in 5e,
Yeah.
and like Taylor lived in a hut for 200
Right.
years without any formal education at all. You
Or
know, like that's just how I
socialization.
rationalize it.
Yeah.
Well, she met the people that would like come to
Yeah,
buy
to buy
stuff from
stuff
Jenny.
and sell stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And she'd like play tricks for them. But yeah, definitely not book smart.
Well, you guys have more lore knowledge than the other two groups. So I'm deeply curious what you guys will do with that knowledge. So it sounds like you want to stay here for 2 days if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then you wanted to swing by the winery, but also the cave to get your supplies, and then also Kresik. So the question is...
I think
we're going Kresik first. Winery is on the way to Baba Lasagna in 12 days. Or whatever.
At least according to our map. You know, we don't know how it actually is, but according to our map, that's what we're feeling.
Right. Okay.
Because that's when she's at her weakest, right?
Yeah.
In 12
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, when she's redoing
no,
her
that's
ritual.
not when she's at her weakest. That's when she can be killed. Like,
and we
She's
can,
kinda
yeah,
like
we,
a
can get
weakness.
we can get the last stone. Also, okay, big list of stuff we all have to do. One, we need to get our stuff back. That's one thing we need to do. We want to turn in our quest so we can go to Kresik and I guess talk to this
Abbott.
Abbott. Do we want to do that? Right, we want to do
And
that.
if we
we want to.
If we can get bullets for Wayne, that would be great too.
Oh.
No.
Dang.
Leo finally
Too soon,
gets his
Too
hands
soon.
on like Wade's bullet pouch, and he's like, "This motherfucker's got like 70 bullets. Why is he talking about bullets all the time?"
So cave, Kresik.
I think we should talk to the Burgermaster of Kresik.
Yeah,
because
I think that'll happen when we turn in the quest.
Yeah, when we turn in the quest. So we're gonna talk to him.
And
for
we
sure.
still have that white wolf head. We still have it. It's gross now.
Yeah, it's Anne's been holding on to it the entire time.
And what exactly was it that the Voctor woman wanted us to do? She basically wanted us to
see if the abbot could heal her.
Yeah, see if the abbot can heal her.
See if the abbot can heal her, or the spring water will do it.
Yeah, she sent the cold shoulders. They got turned away, and then we said, "Yeah, you just got to do quests for them." And she's like, right, quests. That's exactly how it should work." And then, since we were doing quests, she said we can.
And we don't even have
you guys explained at tea that you had the wolf's head as a gift to gain entrance, and she was like, "Oh yeah. They tried to brute force their way in. That didn't work."
Yeah, and we don't even have to do the whole thing. She just wants us to arrange it. She wasn't like, "Hey,
she wants
transport."
She wants us to get Kresik to open their gates, become subservient to Valakai, which we all know we're not going to do.
We're not going
to. And that way, if the gates were open, then she could travel with her daughter, or have someone take her daughter to the abbot, so the abbot could heal her. Because the abbot will heal it. Could heal it.
Also, we can also talk to the Burgermaster about the abbot and exactly what's going on there, because we don't know. So that's Kresik, and then from Kresik, once we finish everything we're doing in Kresik, we're gonna go to the Wizards of Wine and get the stone, and then from there go to Baba Lysaga.
Maybe Wayne's backup character is waiting for us in Kresik.
Who knows?
Jeremy Lars, gunslinger.
We'll see. How does that sound?
Maybe his backup character is the abbot.
Wine. Lasagna.
Caves, Kresik, wine, lasagna.
Sounds like a full course meal.
Maybe Argynbar's Fosshold on the way.
Then maybe eventually the Amber Temple.
Maybe we just go straight lasagna to Amber Temple.
If you do look,
be fine.
There's a mountain range between Wizards of Wine and Baba Lysaga.
Okay, so we go to Wizard of Wine and go or rack around on the north side to go to Baba Lysaga.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. We've all played Skyrim. You could just go straight over that mountain.
We don't have horses to walk backwards up the hill.
No, you just keep jumping.
Yeah, they do have the hardest random encounter tables in the claim, the mountains. Just to keep that in mind.
Including the rock, which we need.
Also, we still need to get your moose, right? We got the fish.
Yeah, we got the fish.
And you guys are one major milestone or two minor milestones away from fast travel.
Hopefully,
so we moose hunt on the way to Kresik, and we moose hunt on the way to the winery, and we moose hunt to the mountains, and then we rock hunt to Lasagna.
I have an important question about the moose hunting, though. Are we hunting for moose and squirrel?
I mean, I would assume Dunbar is always looking for blank and squirrel, but.
Dunbar's the one that's
it was a Rocky and Bullwinkle reference.
No, I understood.
No, we got it.
All right, we're just deflecting. Fine.
Oh.
Pokey smokes.
Yeah. Okay, then I guess we'll see if anything interesting happens in the 2 days that you are at the tower. All right.
And I think specifically during the 2 days at the tower, we are on high alert watching for...
I'm straight up trying to bait him. Taylor's outside, the door's open, she's, all elfed up, looking around, waiting for this motherfucker.
Dang.
Does anyone keep a close watch on Dunbar?
We'll attempt.
I'm sure. Yeah, we do.
Okay. Well, I mean, Dunbar would try and wander outside because, he doesn't want to have to. He doesn't like the whole loud noise elevator business, and so he'd just rather be outside so he could just do his business. Plus, the kind raven was out there.
Well, you know some dogs bark at like a snowman. You know what I'm saying? When you're walking the snowman out, the dogs see a snowman. Yeah, like those mud men that operate the elevator are very. I would say that they're pretty. It's a pretty upsetting thing. All
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's
Dunbar
pretty-
would just assume be outside.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
assume Anne's also outside most of the time too. She'll probably sleep in the
Okay.
tower and then stay outside most of the day because it's so small.
Fair. Okay. All right. Well, you guys stay there for 1 day without any issues.
So we get a full long rest in for that.
Yes. This is the last day of Sintiav. Definitely not September. And then Aptia is up next. Which miraculously has 31 days, the 31st of which is extra spoopy. So hopefully you don't have random encounters by then. Extra spoopy. Alright. And you guys are hoping to get to Baba by the 10th, which is the full moon. Gotcha. Alright. So, while you guys are chilling there, let me see if I got anything that pops up.
So if you had one wound and you long rest and that wound goes away, you still can't reduce the injury until your next long rest.
Right. Yeah, mine just
Yes.
Okay. I
it
need one
just
more
disappeared.
Yeah, you have to rest
with no
while
wounds.
you don't. Yeah, with no wound. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let me check something here in these notes. Oh, shit. Okay. Alrighty. So on the second day that you are resting, that evening, you guys have some visitors arrive outside. Let's see. Let's say around 9 o'clock. Sounds good. At night.
So, Leo, how much responsibility do you assume over Dunbar?
He tries to play with him. Make sure he doesn't pee in the tower. Takes him on a
Okay, so
walk
do you
every
try
now
to
and then.
enforce, are you feeding him regularly? Are you trying to enforce any kind of bedtime for him?
Oh, he's not that type of dog owner.
Okay. In that case, are either Anne or Taylor outside?
Anne's always outside.
Yeah, because Anne can't fit very well in the tower.
Oh, that's right. We don't like being in the tower. Hold on, I gotta check something. Yeah, we'll be inside. Dunbar is kind of wary of you, Anne, after having been gripped so intensely while Wayne was being taken away.
Taylor is outside waiting for Rahadim. Every minute she is not trancing, which is 4 hours a night.
Okay, well then you would see them approaching in the evening hours. I guess I should make it dark on this map. Let's see.
And both Anne and Taylor will be out there then.
Robin is probably in the tower, but she's trying to be aware for Taylor. So like,
can you still see? Like, or is it too dark?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, you can still see. Okay, great. There's barely any light from the sliver of waxing crescent moon up above. But on the night of the 30th, you see 6 individuals and a small dragon making their way down the causeway towards the tower.
Okay.
Okay.
Taylor's gonna just probably recognize him as the cold shoulders, right? She's got dark vision.
Okay.
That's the description.
So at
she'll
first,
probably...
you see a very large, not nearly as large as Anne, but like 350 pounds of muscle, like 7 feet tall, green-skinned man, and he bears no weapon, no armor, just a pair of pants, and he is sort of like, he's so muscular that you don't think that he could like put his hands behind his back and touch them. Like it's that kind of like excessive muscle mass. Yeah. You see flitting about, occasionally puffing out jets of fire, is this extra from Game of Thrones. It's a little reddish-black dragon with eyes that are just pits of shadows. Do not be fooled. This is still the size of a man, even though it is a baby dragon.
I didn't get a pop-up for that one.
Oh, okay. You can get the...
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah. So, that is the size of a man, despite being a baby. So, it's a medium-sized creature. It seems to stay close to this woman that looks, for all intents and purposes, like a blood elf from World of Warcraft, who has become a vampire. She is dressed in traveling leathers that are accentuated by an abundance of feathers and bondage gear. You see a plague doctor who is strapped with explosives. You hear the jingling of bells, and then you see a masked jester who seems incapable of walking in a straight line or on their hands or feet or anything for too long, as they are constantly tumbling and jongleering their way along. In the front, you see who appears to be the leader, a handsome, dark-skinned man with an aggressively sharp goatee, his eyes glowing red in the shadows of early night. He has a massive Final Fantasy-esque greatsword strapped to his back, and seems to command a great deal of respect from the others, as well as his own confidence. And then you see lingering in the back is a soft-skinned, soft-eyed elven woman, or half-elven woman, wearing very beautiful sort of noblewoman traveling clothes, and kind of swirling about her are tiny motes of dancing lights.
Yeah, pretty much immediately Taylor's gonna call out to Robin, who's in the tower. Like she said, she was like sitting on the main floor. So it's just me and Anne outside. The Robin, the shoulders are here. And Taylor will stand up and she'll just kind of bow to them and say, "Good evening.
And
What
stands
do
up
we owe
too.
the pleasure?"
Okay. The guy up front with the big sword, he looks at you and says, "Good evening. I am Peterson. I represent the Cold Shoulders, mercenaries in the employ of Castle Ravenloft. Our business tonight is the investigation of this tower. How surprising to find it occupied."
Well, I mean, it's just a place to, escape the terrors of the night.
The green guy looks past you to Anne and says,
That one. That's nice. You there, giantess. I like your look. I can feel your strength.
Anne's gonna
Robin.
look him up and down. How's Mr.
Yeah. You believe that he is your equal or better in strength, despite his size.
Robin will come out shortly here at some point.
Okay. Yeah. As you guys, if you want to drop your minis on the map, you can. You don't have to. But as you kind of head outside, Peterson looks to all of you, and he says, "So you're SWAT. There's been talk of your deeds and heroics. I had hoped we would run into you in Valakai, but apparently you had business elsewhere."
We have business lots of places.
I see. At this ruin, for example. We are unsuccessfully returning from a diplomatic mission to Krezk.
Oh, that
Long has this tower been a curiosity that we've never had time to explore. I'm in no hurry to receive a tongue lashing from Wagner for our failure, so we thought we would burn away some of the night hours, giving this place a once-over.
I've taken quite a long time to make your way here, and
we are always busy, at the beck and call of our master. It's hard to find time for oneself, hobbies, romance.
hasn't it been like 5 or 6 days or something like that since they were at the gates of Krezk and got like shunned away?
You're saying this OC, right?
yeah, OC.
Yeah.
Anne was gonna say that you went there again to Krezk?
Yes, our master is a strong and firm believer in the rule of 3. We approached them 3 days in a row, making the same offer each time. Upon the 3rd day's response, their fate was sealed.
Oh, and what was their fate?
Well, it's entirely out of my hands, but I imagine that Wagner will be displeased. It's likely that some form of retribution will eventually find its way to them. Their protection under the noble abbot doesn't carry as much weight as it used to. And Roderick the Red Wolf grows tired of their games.
She asked us to go talk to them too. Maybe we'll be able to get them to open the gates, and there won't be need for bloodshed.
I would have hurt feelings if I in any way thought you more competent than us.
I wasn't insisting that, but we most likely have different approaches.
But it certainly speaks to the Wagner woman's desperation, doesn't it?
Yes, I guess so.
Well, do you mind if we take a look at these ruins?
Well, there's not much you'll find.
Still, come all
Or
this
just a place
way.
to get out of the rain.
Well, there's always that, isn't there? And then this one says, and then the others kind of nod. And then Peterson says, Eve brings up a very good point. If you have claimed these ruins as your own, we should ask of you guest hospitality. We would not want to intrude on your home. Dare I say, we might find ourselves unable to do so. And he smiles, and you see he has fangs, because he's a vampire.
We have indeed claimed this as a base of operation, if you will. And it is, unfortunately, a very small tower. She'll gesture over to Anne. Once we all are inside, there is very little room for anyone else, I'm afraid.
I see.
I'm sure
so then I should take it as an invitation is not being extended to us.
Well, we have, like, people asleep inside, you know? And, like, they gotta watch later, and it just wouldn't be right to disturb them to show you a dusty old tower.
I see. A pity. I have always been curious what this old tower contains.
Why is that? What did it used to be?
This lady back here, she says, this was once the Tower of Exantha, a master of the arcane, and the teacher of our master in the ways of magic. I have always wondered if any lingering secrets yet remain. What I was able to glean from the wizard Mordenkainen's remain feels inadequate.
Oh yeah,
Ever more do I hunger. Oh, you've heard of it?
Well, of the wizard falling from the sky, you know, villagers talk.
We searched for his body, but never found it. Rumor has it, he lives still on the north side of the lake, hiding in the guise of beasts, hunting for food with lightning. But we saw no signs of such thing when we explored on our own.
Can I insight her?
Yeah, sure. Okay. You get the sense that she is telling the truth, but that they did have some Mordenkainen memorabilia that they may have found. just not the wizard himself.
It doesn't. I don't think the Dark Lord will leave a foe alive. He's quite powerful. Maybe he like disintegrated him or something.
He thinks he's very powerful. That is true. And when she says that, there is a slight chuckle from the other vampires. But I think that this might have been the one that got away. Even the most masterful hunter doesn't tag every game he seeks.
Those are wise words.
What is that?
I said those are some wise words.
Oh, you see that she's actually apparently talking to the dragon, and she says, Fafnir says you have a dog. He would very much like to meet him.
Dog's not well right now.
That's a pity. Does it require healing?
No.
Sweet Lily is a priestess.
Just rest.
In the back, you just hear the jingling of bells, and you hear sort of a disembodied voice that seems to be coming more from the stomach area than the face area of the costume. And it says, this is getting boring. All this talking and no killing. If we're not going to slice them open and string them up, and they're not going to let us inside, we are wasting our time here. And the others kind of look at Wise Jingles, and they kind of shrug and nod. And then Peterson says, well, consider this my third and final attempt. Would it be at all possible for us to see the inside of the tower?
Why is it so important to you to see inside?
A deep and unquenchable curiosity.
Yours or someone else's?
Oh, he gets a huge smile when he says that. It's hard to tell sometimes what is our own desires and what is the master's. But I have a feeling that someday soon you'll know what that feels like.
What do you mean by that?
Zor the Ruthless says, he talks fancy sometimes, but he's implying that the Master's taken a great interest in all of you, and that probably he's going to turn you like he turned us, make you into his slaves.
Do you like being his slaves?
I do. I'm really strong, and I get to kill all the time. I mean, it's really not much different than before. Except now I gotta watch out for stuff that I didn't have to worry about before. I don't really like sleeping in the dirt either.
That sounds.
The blood's good, though.
When he turned you, did he offer or did he make you?
He kind of looks to the others, and the others, none of them make eye contact with you guys.
I see.
I'm sorry to hear that. But at least some of you are enjoying it.
We haven't come here for sympathy or pity. But I will take this as a third rejection. You are well fortified here, and whatever's in the tower could be dangerous. It would be a fool's errand to fight you here. I'll see you around. He looks at Am when he says that. Then they start to roll out.
Okay, till next time. Bye-bye.
I wonder how vampires taste.
Probably rotten. They're dead. But I guess everything is dead when you eat it.
It's true.
Not if you do it right. Or wrong, I don't know. Okay. Then the rest of the night passes without incident.
So is this night number 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, see, I was like, Killbox?
I was thinking it. I was
know.
thinking it, but I felt like they would recognize it as soon as we got them in, right?
I mean, once they stepped in is when you would spring it.
But we wouldn't really get all
Yeah,
of them.
but like, could we have gotten
It-
all of them? And that's my thing. Like, and would some of them
Yeah.
have gotten away? You know, and then we
I
would
don't know.
have taken hostile action.
It was all you
Put
guys.
some
So
magic. Put
I
the
was good
magic
either
one in
way.
first. They,
I mean,
if
they
you know how to
weren't.
use magic, go in first. Maybe you can tell.
They weren't very. Well, like a few of them were magical, and they weren't very insistent. So if they were more insistent, it was going to go to Killbox. But
I mean, they asked you 3 times.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
but he has
threaten.
to like flowery words like.
He didn't threaten.
Pardon me a moment to gander upon your tower, my lady. Like, bruh, chill.
Listen, Peterson has a very deep and sorrowful backstory, okay?
I'm sure it's awful.
Dude, how thirsty are you?
He was the son of a noble that wanted to be an adventurer. That's pretty much the backstory.
In the Barovia.
That's how it always starts.
Well, nobody starts in Barovia. I mean, they stopped making adventuring parties locally a long time ago. Like, people are like, I ain't doing that. That's not happening.
Question: what do you guys think? Collapsed lung or injured back? Which one should I get rid of first?
Injured back, strength score reduced by 2.
Wait, don't you have to get rid of the collapsed lung first anyway?
I don't know.
Because I thought the whole thing with the collapsed lung injury was like that had to clear first before you could heal other injuries.
It has
That's
to go away.
because of the exhaustion.
Get rid of the exhaustion.
Ah, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of the back. I'll keep the 1 exhaustion.
Darn, hardcore. Okay.
A -1 on everything, or a -1 on just my strength, and also being covered all the time. Not being encumbered.
Yeah, that encumbrance sucks.
I mean, but she's large, counts as huge. So like encumbrance
I was
for Anne is
but like she had
should I carry 2 tons or 1 ton? Like
yeah, but when you've been expected to carry 2 tons, like it piles on.
Well, yeah, it definitely adds up, but
So the intention on the second day is to head on over.
well, I think we should assess our situation. Like, do we think we could squeeze 1 more day? If it heals more injuries, it's probably worth it. if we think we could handle it.
What's the day again? The 12th that we need to be there?
The
10th.
10th.
10th. Okay.
I mean, I think we're going to run out of time to get there, but to do everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's think about it. So, Cart in Kresic, that's one day. All right. Spend a day in Kresic, talk to the Burgermaster, talk to the Abbot, kill the Abbot. Another day.
Recover from killing the Abbot.
So that's day 2. Day 3. Day 3, day 4, recover from kill the Abbot. Day 5, go. We could probably make it to the. Could we make it to the winery from Kresic in a day? Because winery is a sanctuary.
Let me see. Kresic is all road to the winery. It's 28 miles by road, which would be 9 hours, which you could do because of Leo, and then there's an extra check in there because you go through a crossroads, so it'd be 10 checks. But maybe you'll have fast travel by then.
Maybe.
I feel like if we can get to Kresic, that might be a milestone.
Nah, killing the Abbot, definitely a milestone.
I know, getting to Valakai was a milestone.
Dealing with the Abbot, maybe maybe it's
I don't know, because like getting through the walls and everything, like that could have been a milestone, or it could be.
High-fiving the Abbot? Yeah.
Give me 5. Do I feel stronger?
It is exactly 6 hours from the old tower to Kresic.
I would say let's head to the thing, head to Kresic. If we need to take a day to get rid of one more thing, let's take the day at Kresic.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm what cool about the stuff that we left in the cave?
So say cave.
We're grabbing that on the way to Kresic.
Yeah,
okay. Then it's not just 6 hours. Okay, so then you're gonna go 2 hours north of Kresic, and then come back. Okay.
So we're literally just grabbing the stuff that's right outside. So
that'll put you. But that'll be 2 hours up and 2 hours back. So that would put you at 10 hours of travel.
Could we cut?
So we can't camp in the cave again?
Well, you can camp in the cave again, I guess.
I mean, our camp is already set up. Hopefully it's still good there.
Oh my god. No, I'd rather push 2 hours to get to a sanctuary.
Are they going to let us in at night?
We have the wolf head.
But it's nighttime. Are they going to let
us in?
I think we could talk our way in, right?
There's always a smaller gate. They're not going to open the big gates for us, but there's always a smaller gate.
We leave at 6 a.m. in the morning. We'd get there by 4 p.m.
If you go from the tower to the cave, it would be a total of 9 hours of travel, 14 miles on the road, 6 miles in forest, cold werewolf forest. But then it would be 2 hours back down to Kresic. So you'd be at
11 hours.
11 hours, yeah.
But we have a Leo.
So that would be still, like you said, that'd still be 2 checks. That'd be two. That'd be a DC 10 and then a DC 11 versus
Leo
a top
can't get
speed.
everybody. He only can get a certain number of people. So some people still have
to. Yeah.
Yeah, I get 5.
Some people have to make
one
3
less right now.
Well, you could make it. You could make it to the cave, camp at the cave, and then it's only 2 hours in the morning to go to Kresic.
Yeah, I think we want the sanctuary so we can heal from injuries.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's better to.
You could go to Kresic today. Rest in Kresic. The next day, you walk to the cave, get your stuff, and then walk back.
Do we have money to pay for a place to stay in Kresic?
No.
But we have herbs we could sell. if we got our stuff.
Let me check how much is in.
We're counting on the Burger Master's kindness of us taking care of his wolf problem.
We have 20 gold left. 28 gold. Sorry.
That's plenty of money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's plenty of money. Oh yeah, Taylor's got some money. She just doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, you're not buying magical items and shit, guys. You're just trying to like pay for a room in the inn.
Yeah, we don't gotta buy bullets, so like we're good.
Damn. The bullets weren't even that expensive.
That problem for you all.
The bullets weren't even that expensive. Oh no. Well, we would have to get an old-timey gun to go with the bullets.
Okay,
correct. Yeah.
So Krezzik, stay the night in Krezzik, then go up, grab our stuff, come back.
Sure.
How's that sound?
Yeah.
We can grab our stuff on the way to the Abbot. We grab our stuff on the way to the Abbot.
Well, the Abbot lives on the mountain above the town that you can only access from the town.
What if we just get our stuff on the way out of town, like when we leave?
Do you seriously want to just not? Okay, I mean, do we have all the important shit with us, or are there potentially
no? There's a lot of
on the carts in the cave.
There's a lot of useful stuff on the cart.
Then let's just push
to the
2 hours.
First.
Let's just push 2 or 3 extra hours.
We got like 5 things of acid, a bunch of rations.
DC-10 contracts. People are well rested.
We want all of that before we go to the
Iron Leaf Thicket is on there, you know.
Okay.
The Wolf's Bane.
All right, so let me throw up a poll real quick, and this poll is pretty simple. You only have 2 options that you guys are discussing here. Okay.
Throw in a Hail Mary. Throw in a Hail Mary. Just in case.
Okay. With 2 to 3.
Back to Mitros.
Yeah.
Straight to the.
Let's see. Yeah, cave. We've already been to 1 demiplane. Let's see. Cave with 2-3 contracts. Cave tomorrow, or cave and camp in cave.
Yeah.
Seem to be.
We're doing the walking will be better because we have less people now, and my proficiency is gone up, so I can hit 8 of us. Double, so 8 of us.
Oh, sweet. Oh wait, my vote was wrong. No, my vote's wrong. I can't unvote. No, I voted for everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to unvote for one thing and it made me vote for everything.
Okay. Oh no, I unchecked one and it unchecked the other. What is going on with this poll?
I'm allowing multiple because of Dom.
Alright, I vote cave with 2-3 contracts. I don't vote cave tomorrow. So it looks like we're cave with 2-3 contracts. We're in agreement.
Alright. Here we go. Setting out 7 checks.
But before we leave, we'll definitely tell the doctor about the Cold Shoulder's interest in this place.
And to set up something to keep himself safe.
And yeah, I would help him overnight with my ability to fortify things.
Well, most of them
are
all vampires, right? So they need permission to get in.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that's not how it works. Here in Barovia.
What?
Taylor would be like, why would they have to do that?
I mean, they do have to ask permission to get in, but...
Oh wait, do they actually in Barovia? Do they legit need permission to enter a house?
The person that you had heard doesn't have to ask is Strahd. Since he's the lord of the realm, he owns everything here, so... Why would he have to ask permission to go into his property?
Exactly.
Yeah. But the others...
Do?
Yeah. Well, keep in mind that these are vampire spawn. These are the lowly vampires.
I gotcha.
Yeah. All right. The ones you just faced off against, they're basically level 5 to 8 adventurers who also have all the abilities of that vampire spawn you fought at the beginning of the game.
So what you're saying is we should chase them into the tower and set it on fire.
I mean,
that worked.
I mean,
great.
I 100% think we could take them. Like, we could have tried to murder Mike. The reason why I didn't go with Murder Box is I thought that one of them would get away.
Yeah. You're fine. You're fine.
3.
Oh wow,
We might have an opportunity.
We get to end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Do you guys not even want to know what the encounter is? You want to stop right here and find out next week, or because it's a surprise to me.
I want to know.
Oh, you want to know?
You
Okay.
let us know.
I'm fine with not knowing.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you just roll all the encounters? Tell us how many we're going to have, but we'll find out what they are next week.
Ooh, that's not. That's fine.
And then we could change our minds after this one.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. This encounter, you hear the baying of hounds closing in on your location.
Oh, Dunbar's friends.
Oh wait, don't tell me there's a wolf standing by itself in the middle of the road staring at us.
Nope.
Sounds like a wife. Sounds like a bride.
It sounds like the baying of hounds closing in on your location.
Hellhounds.
She is the bride in charge of Kresic. So
We did tell her about the portal.
Shit, we can show it to her. I don't care.
Yeah.
3 road check done out of 6. 5 more woods checks remain plus cave. Alright. Left off before Volenta. Okay. I will pin that for next time. Okay, well, I appreciate everybody's patience tonight with my weird internet issues. And I guess weird sound, because I've been on my phone since like an hour ago. But that seems to have calmed down the Discord issues. I don't know. Maybe I gotta update. Maybe I gotta update Discord. I don't know. So it's a new year. We're back. In my close of the year stream or whatever, one of the things that I acknowledged that I needed to do better as a DM was give campaigns the time that they need to tell the story at the pace that they need to tell them at. I'm very, I don't want to say obsessed, but I like ending campaigns quite a bit. I like D&D campaigns ending, because as a military kid growing up, very rarely did I get to partake in D&D campaigns that stayed together until the end, right? Because the kids move away, or you move away, or, you know, life happens, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes I will put a hard deadline on a campaign and be like, y'all got to finish this campaign by this date. With the Curse of Strahd games and Mythic, I am challenging myself to let the games go as long as they need to go. So whether you guys die 2 weeks from now to a TPK and we all shake hands and say that was something, or it takes, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months for you guys to feel that you have done the things that you need to do in Barovia, that's what we'll do. So, that's my stance on it. The game was advertised as going 1.5 to 2 years based on my research of the average Curse of Strahd game with DLC and heavier roleplay. I have heard about Curse of Strahd games that only take 10 sessions. But
he kills
I don't know. Yeah, I guess they just walk right. Yeah, they're like, I'll take a dinner invitation. Bam, bam, motherfucker, and then that's the campaign. And I mean, Raw, I could probably see that happening. Yeah, it could probably happen. Honestly, yeah, 5. No, you just have 5 artificers, and they're like, yeah, we made Ghostbuster equipment.
And 7 players.
Yeah, 7 artificers who have all made proton packs that shoot holy water and sunlight. Yep, there you go, Dunzos.
Oh my
Anyways, I had to stop using Reddit because the dumb shit I hear about this campaign on like the Reddit made me want to die. like some of the Curse of Strahd games turned out so badly that I just couldn't. It was stressing me out to hear about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my chances. I've learned what I need to learn. I'm out of here. Goddamn. So, anyways, no pressure from me. Do what you guys feel you need to do, right? To the story that you're trying to tell, the conclusion that you're trying to reach. I'm going to try to be as supportive as I can of whatever decisions you guys make. So if you want to try to go, good guys, bring back the sun, happy ending, I'm going to be there for you. If you finally snap and you're like, embrace the darkness, I'll be there for you. If you try to find another way through, whatever it takes. Okay? So I just wanted you guys to know that at no point am I going to spring on you guys like, hey, I need this campaign done in the next 8 weeks. Because I want you guys to be able to tell the story that you need to tell. All right. Beyond that, normal game schedule has resumed. However, I am going to MagFest on the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. That means we will not have a game on the 18th. But that is the only day that I can foresee us not being able to play. But other than that, we should be just, knocking this shit out weekly. Anybody have any questions for me or announcements before we adjourn?
I'm guessing we're in agreement that we handshake, that if we full party wipe, we're just done, guys, or...
Yeah, if there's no continuing thread, that's kind of it.
Well, without too many spoilers, there are Act of God TPK routes that can be taken. But I would certainly just treat the possibility of TPK as it might be the end of the campaign.
I think, doesn't somebody have a fate point?
Yeah.
I still have a fate point.
Yeah, Leo's got one.
Yeah, Leo. So there's the thread.
Yeah. So it would take a lot, and you guys are getting very strong. It might not feel like it all the time, but you guys are getting very strong. So
I think we just got our ass kicked really hard. So
really,
well, I mean, it's a possibility of Rahadim cold shoulders and then Volenta back to back tonight. So.
Well, yeah, but you guys navigated it. You guys navigated it.
We did. But
yeah, you guys are aware of something that I think people who watch the stream and people that don't play with the rules that we're playing with aren't aware of. They're like, yeah, who cares? You guys could take Volenta and Rahadim and the cold shoulders, but they don't understand that after a big ass fight like that, like the one you guys had against the Minotaur in the crypts, like, you need to rest. Like, you can't just go like endless boss rush, or you will die from attrition. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the point of the injury system, was even at higher levels, you guys are still like having to choose your fights really, really wisely, because you just can't spin around in a circle and like be ready for like the next fight, And I think it's been very good for the pacing and the horror of this campaign to not just be able to like superhero recovery, between every fight. It's definitely changed. Yeah, it's definitely changed the theme and the pacing and the feel of the campaign dramatically. The injury system is very important to that, because with my classic game, like, they've had a couple of fights where there were lingering effects and curses and things like that they had to deal with, but they've never had to deal with the injuries that you guys are dealing with, and it definitely that's where the change is in the injury system. Magic, no magic, I don't think that is as impactful, especially with the A5E bullshit. I don't think that's nearly as impactful as just the injuries themselves. Yeah. Like, yeah,
I think magic just changes our problem solving ability. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the main thing. We can't just like say fuck you to problems.
Well, I was talking about it earlier on stream, because I said, it looks like they got a lot of bosses queued up in their random encounters. Because I roll them in advance but I roll, so I can have them prepped.
Oh.
But they're still random because I roll them randomly on stream. But then they're prepped ahead of time so that I don't waste time in the session being like, I got to go, I got to generate this, grab it, and all that. Yeah. So they're still procedurally generated, but like I can see them coming down the line, kind of thing. Which sometimes is fun because you can kind of chain them together so that they make a little bit of sense. If you kind of see what's happening in a day, you can be like, oh, this would lead into this, which would lead into that. But I was like, they're almost level 9, and so the combination of fast travel and then just A5E bullshit, I was like, A5E, the higher level A5E stuff just fills in for magic. Like, the only thing they're going to be missing out on is just, like, teleportation and, like, easier access to flying. Like, the travel shit is what they're losing out on. But the crowd control and the debuffs and the buffs and emergency heals and stuff.
You tell me where the A5E book I find hypnotic pattern, and I'll believe.
Well, that's. I mean, yeah. Well,
the difference is maneuvers. They're okay. It's if you had an A5E class, that's crazy. That's what Red Hand of Doom had. Red Hand of Doom had an A5E Ranger and an A5E they had A5E classes. And they're crazy.
I feel like Leo is way overpowered.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, A5E is out of control. Like A5 is completely out of control. So
the maneuvers are okay if you limit them, but like man, the classes, you open up a can of worms.
Yeah, definitely. If I were to run, say, the Phandelver adventure or whatever, if I were to run that, which I'm definitely not going to, but if I was, I don't even know if I would keep the A5E maneuvers. I think I'd probably keep them just to have some equity between the casters and non-casters. But
if you limit them, so they have to pick, if you limit to them so they have to pick a specific school, I think you're fine. It's when you start matching schools that's when stuff gets really crazy.
Yeah, like you found out in
Monster Hunter,
right?
I want you guys to be crazy. That was the whole point. But
yeah. But yeah, like I'd probably still keep the maneuvers. I might curate a list and be like, these are the maneuvers that you could do, and I might even tie the maneuvers to weapons. That might be something to do, but I don't know. It's whatever. So, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. Good game, and definitely feel free during the week to talk to each other about what you want to do next.
I'm sorry, David. That's all I have to say. Thank you for doing it. You
take as much time as you need.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, most players wouldn't do that. I think a lot of players on this server would do that, but most players would not do that.
Yeah, no, it was a very cool moment and thing to do.
Yeah, you got to choose your way out.
I was trying to see if I could figure out a way for Anne to do it. I feel like she could survive it, but knowing her character, I couldn't think of a way that would make sense.
If there's one thing this session reminded me of, it's that we got some damn good role players, and it's just a delight.
I don't like saying it because it's all too often associated with chaotic bullshit, but I feel like that legitimately is the call that Wayne would have made.
Oh yeah,
like
no one doubts that.
No, it totally made sense, dude. You were on the brink of death, dude. Like,
yeah.
The thing is, there was a way back for him, and he knew that. But I think what tipped the scales. It wasn't so much the Wayne. After dying, Wayne kind of gave up on the idea of being a hero. Like not like he still wanted to do good, but the Hollywood hero idea he had been fully disabused of. The fact that Rahadim said, "I'm taking one of the Mardikovs," it just wasn't an option for him. And after he got out there and kind of saw what we were up against and realizing this guy is an extension of Strahd, if we were all at full strength, maybe we could fight him and deal with the consequences, but not right now.
I think even at where we were, we
It
could,
would-
but we wouldn't be able to deal with the consequences afterwards.
Right. And so that's where Wayne made the call he did.
Yeah.
And he was briefly entertaining the whole idea of arena going with Rahadim, but just again, he just couldn't let someone else be sacrificed when he could go in their place.
Nah, it was good shit, man. It's good shit. I mean, the whole scene was meant to yet again test like what kind of people the party was, right? Like you're probably noticing that theme like of testing constantly, like a fucking Saw movie, you know? Like what are they willing to do? What are they willing to sacrifice? What is worth dying for these people? So, but yeah, you take as much time as you need. Run whatever character ideas past me that you are interested in. You have other than a spellcasting class, you still have the class restrictions, but you could now access slightly less human creatures or species. You could do from other worlds besides Earth, other timelines. In Daybreak, they have like an 80s biker who is from a different Earth timeline because multiverse. They got pulled in, and that was kind of fun because they spoil for him like all the things that happened in their timeline in the future. So that's been some fun role playing aspects there. And then of course there's the whole problematic 80s biker guy thing in a party of well and fully diverse modern day characters. So yeah, it's been pretty cool. So whatever idea strikes your fancy. I know you had a couple on the back burner.
Yeah, I'll figure something out and I'll message you.
Yep. And if you want to try to play as Dunbar, I mean, like
I'm toying with the idea. We'll have to see. I will need to take some time and really think it through.
It'll be rough if you do.
Like I said, I'm gonna need to take some time and really think through all my options.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay.
All right.
Well,
I'll see everyone next week. I hope.
Night, guys.
Alrighty.
Everybody.
Thanks again, Crash.
Bye bye.